off to Helltown to find out what the government's up to in the middle of fucking nowhere, Ohio. Hell yeah, bumping out here. Can I get some of this safety herb in my lungs, please? And thank you, are welcome here. Jake, you can't have any because they drug test. Yeah, if you go to work, man, you're gonna get drug tested. Jake, you son of a bitch! You get out here! Hey, Jake! Ain't coming. He ain't coming because he's afraid of me, Brian Quinby from Street Fight Radio. Brett, would you like a shot at Jake?
Yeah.
Oh, I just fell in a hole. That was Jake. That was all Jake. I think we found the ghost. Jake won't let you see your mention. He's like, don't look at your phone while you're at work, motherfucker.
You know, you probably hear people constantly talking about this horrible thing called capitalism.
I have.
Yeah, you've heard that?
Yes.
You're like, what? How does capitalism affect me? I will tell you, it runs your entire fucking life. You've probably heard of socialism or communism. Communism! And they say, they try to control your entire life. Your whole day is taken away from you. What control do you have over your day now?
Most people have to be chained to a desk for 40 hours a week and they're not allowed to leave.
When you wake up in the morning and you feel like shit and you have to wipe the sleep from your eyes and like look around and be like, why does this have to happen this early in the morning? That's a capitalism.
And it controls everything, like your healthcare, your education. It all comes down to making money, but some things just don't make money. Honestly, ask yourself, how afraid are you of getting an injury and how that could possibly fuck up your life?
Yeah, you're being stopped from skateboarding, breakdancing, doing anything fun, because if you get injured, you're fucked forever. You can't go to work.
And so then you have all these people that say, well, we can make a kinder capitalism, a more conscious capitalism. It isn't gonna fucking happen. We need anarchy, we need socialism, we need communism, we need anything but more capitalism.
But wait, Brett, when you go to the grocery store, you have almost unlimited choice. You can buy 100 different types of cereals.
All made from the same stuff with different graphics on the outside.
All corn. It's basically just a bunch of boxes of corn.
That's capitalism.
It actually treats about 1% of the population like humans, and the rest of us like tools for those superhumans. You don't have any money, your bank account's low? I know where the money is. Jeff Bezos has it, the Waltons have it.
And they took it from us, right?
They took it from us.
We're just getting our money back.
Yeah, your work made that money. You deserve that money. That's your money. The 1% has never decided to do the right thing. That's why we have to take power and just spread it out among the 100% of people that exist.
Oh my God, have you heard the news? Kids are dying of Kratom.
That's not true.
They're injecting it into their veins.
I don't think that's happening.
An ABC Action News exclusive. A mom says a popular herb killed her son.
The most recent death happened in early June. Kratom, also known as metrogenine, was one of 4 drugs blamed for his death.
This was like the devil's drug.
It really is just a green powder that makes people feel better.
Yeah, it's a leaf. It grows from the ground, you smash it up, you make a tea out of it, you throw it down the back of your throat, you eat some capsules, and you feel better, your mind's clear. And most people that use Kratom don't have access to healthcare or prescriptions or any of that regular medicine stuff. They get it from local stores or online.
Let's do an example here. You're a young person, you don't understand how all this works, so let me explain this to you. When you get hurt in your older age, let's say you're 34, you work on a roof, you fall off and you crush your fucking heel, right? It's all shattered. The doctor 10, 15 years ago was like, that's fucked up, that really hurts. You're gonna need some opioids to kill that pain. And then the DEA says, no, you can't have those anymore. These doctors have to tighten up their prescriptions. And now you don't have any. You can't afford them. What do? You can take Kratom. It has the same effects, it's less addictive, and it's more gross. So that even brings down the use. You're not gonna use it as much. Kratom kills the pain in your body. It also cures social anxiety.
The government's solution to stuff like this is always prohibition, which means putting more people in jail.
How big is your appetite for the war on drugs? I'm sure it's small. It's shrinking every single day. Don't let them continue it. Don't let them outlaw more stuff.
Good point.
Thank you. How many times have you gone into work and then looked at your boss and said, what are they doing? You ever think about the levels at a job, Brett? Of course, the people on the very bottom. What do?
Usually clean.
Yeah, and then there is the people just above them. They're the ones that do the second hardest job at the place, right?
Deal with customers?
Yeah, that sort of thing. And then there's another level above that, and that's the manager that's in the place. Now let's think about what comes after that, right? You might have a guy named like Glenn that comes to your office every 6 months, and you have to lay out the red carpet for Glenn. Think about what the person above Glenn does. Jerry is the person above Glenn, right?
Okay.
His job is basically going to lunch, right?
Yeah, powerful meetings,
Yeah.
shaking hands real hard.
We're gonna go up to the CEO now. The people that sit around a table and who knows what they're doing? Nobody knows what they talk about.
Playing cards.
What connection does that person have to what you do and what the customer gets? It just seems like you could really chop like 5 or 6 levels off of any job and the company would still run perfectly.
Think about your job. Now imagine your manager isn't there. How much smoother would your day run?
I mean, how many of you work a job where you don't even know who the fucking CEO is of the company? That means they're absolutely useless. They're parasites.
They're on the top, getting most of the money, sending their kids to private school, driving the fanciest cars, and they can't make a sandwich. Every new level of hierarchy is more money coming out of your paycheck. Unions are fucking great because it's not HR.
You need solidarity with the other workers. We need to use that and exercise that. You and your other workers are the most important people at that company. I mean, hell, the way I think about it, maybe you don't get a union at all and you just take the whole company away from the bosses, and that's called a co-op.
For the almighty dollar, everyone's a slave. Cause what's the point of doing shit if you ain't getting paid?
Polite
It's
about
just
it.
not the polite way to have
Yeah.
sex.
That's just
Street Fighters. Welcome to the show. Sunday night, time for a street fight. The call-in show is here. We want to know what's going on in your world. You can talk to us at 614-655-3887. Call in to the show. If you're watching right now on Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, you'll notice Brian's got a different background. We're getting set up for the Shock Jock Super Stream this Tuesday night, December 29th at 9 p.m. We're going to have Brian and Chris jump back in to the Shock Jock world, take calls from people that will have something to say, and we're going to be raising money for Street Fight Radio to build a new studio because computers are way too expensive and we run on a very small margin here. So check that out. It will be free, no cost to watch. That's coming this Tuesday. My name is Brett Payne. My co-host is Brian Quinby. We're the #1 anarcho-comedy radio show on any station across the nation. We're Street Fight, and we do it every single week, 2 times a week. Please like and subscribe to the show. Give us 5 stars on your podcasting apps. It really helps us out. And if you want more of what we do, head over to patreon.com/streetfightradio. We're ad-free, always have been, and we aren't going to take money to sell you shit. So we need your support, and you can do that at patreon.com/streetfightradio. We've also got t-shirts in the store, store.streetfightradio.com. It's in there already, but the t-shirt for next month is ready to go. Anvil Mania by Nate Bear is coming up, and we're raising money for the Gwirls charity, so look for that info coming soon to your inbox. Brian, how's it going?
Great. I have a knife. So That's happening with me. This is weird. I'm like talking to Brett from across the room. I'm like set up like I'm on a TV show, and Brett set up like he's on the regular stream, and I miss him. I'm too far away. Too far away.
I can hear you right over there.
You can hear me, and I can see you. So it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, I got a knife now. I play with that a lot.
Just do knife tricks?
Just one knife trick. I'll show it to the people watching. See, I can flick it right open. That's pretty cool. You know, there's a GIF of that now.
Okay.
Actually on Twitter.
Menacingly?
I am menacing. Yeah, I am for sure. I like it. I do a lot of stabbing motions with it. Just kind of stab, stab, stab. You know, I always wanted a knife. Yeah, never had one.
Should have helped out with cleaning the studio up. I got to use it to cut some tape.
You did get to cut some tape. I was helping. I was doing other stuff.
Should have found something to cut.
Yeah, we had to clean the studio up. The Shock Jock Super Stream is a major event here. It makes us record the call-in show weirdly tonight. It'll be back to normal next Wednesday when we come back and do the regular show. But yeah, it's been a wild week. You know what's funny is at the beginning of the show you said like and subscribe. And yesterday I was at the weed dispensary picking up some weed, and you're only allowed to have 2 people in there at the same time. So as I'm standing at the counter, I look over at the guy and he's talking to the people, and it seems like a really nice little conversation. And he gets ready to walk out. As he's walking out, he just turns around and looks at everybody, all 3 of us, the 2 cashiers and me. And he just goes, "Remember to like and subscribe," and just walks out the door. And I was like, that's cool.
I like that. That's pretty fun.
He's a weed reviewer. And he claims that all the other Ohio weed reviewers fake smoking it. So
that's an interesting take.
That's something you got to look out for, I guess.
People doing a Bill Clinton inhale on that?
I don't know. That's what he said.
Why would you fake it?
Dude, I can't tell you. I don't know why you would want to be a weed reviewer and then not get high. I don't know.
Scandalous.
It is.
I didn't know that was happening. I didn't know that all the weed reviewers in Ohio are faking it.
I was like a little bit weirded out though, because he drives all over the state getting his weed, and he has party plates. And I was like, oh, okay. All right, buddy. Maybe don't do that while you're driving.
Did he introduce himself while he was there?
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't get
I don't want to give any names out.
I didn't get the info. No, I didn't get his info.
So he's trying to have a go at being a reviewer by driving around to every dispensary and writing reviews about it.
Yeah, grabbing some Gibsonburg glue. I think he's trying to get some of the Ohio strands.
Got it.
You know? Because there's some strands specific to Ohio, like Gibsonburg glue, Meigs County Gold.
Okay, Meigs County Gold is fine, but Gibsonburg glue is, I don't know, man.
It's a good name, because
No,
there's a
it's not.
Gibsonburg, Ohio.
Yeah, but it shouldn't have been named that in the first place.
Gibsonburg?
Yeah, they should have went with something better.
Yeah, Gibson's probably a racist.
Yeah.
I'm sure of that. You got a city named something, it's racist. I'm sure of it. So that was a little weird for me. Just hearing the like and subscribe on the way out. Just like on the way out, man. Hey, like and subscribe. I think
It probably just comes like it's second nature.
yeah, to those Instagram types, because he's an Instagram guy. That's what they were telling me as he was leaving. They were like, yeah, he's an Instagram guy. He comes in and picks up all the new strains. And like he just, I don't know, man. Good for him. Good on him. You know, if he's making
Really got something.
if he's getting some shit for free, which I think is illegal in Ohio, so he's not.
Right.
He's probably paying for all of it.
He's probably, spending a couple $1,000s a month on medical weed and has, 100 people on Instagram to watch him.
Yeah, that's probably what's going on. But he seemed like a nice enough guy, I guess. I don't know, but it was funny to hear. And then today, I was walking over here, and on my way here, a guy stopped me, asked me for $260, which I thought was a bold ask.
Yeah, I've never been hit with that before.
He said he needed to get to Sacramento, and he only had $100 on him, and he needed 260 more. And I was like, man, I don't know, dude. I don't have.
That's a tough sitch.
I was like, I don't have that much money, buddy.
I'd go bus. I'd be going bus if that was that.
I think that's what he's shooting for. It probably does cost that much on the bus. He said he had a week to get to Sacramento. I was like, wow. I saw a lot of weird stuff, man. I saw the guy arguing about IDs with the two people at the gas station down the street from you. He was trying to buy some beer, and they asked for his ID, and he showed him an expired ID from September 2019. He was like, they won't let me get one. It's COVID. I don't know. They said you have to honor this, though.
Right.
Because of COVID. And they were like, well, I mean, it's a certain date. Right. And
you had time.
Yeah, you had a little bit of time before COVID hit, unless you were reading about coronavirus. He was like reading about coronavirus. He started quarantining when it hit China. When they were like the first person got it. He was like, "Hey, I got I got a quarantine from this. I'm foreseeing everything will be in lockdown," and he just went in lockdown.
I can't go get an ID. Someone could have it there. We don't have the infrastructure in place yet to trace properly.
Yeah, they're like, "It's a Kentucky ID." They were after he left, because he was a guy in front of me. He stayed for a while and argued. And she was like, I'm not trying to hear this, dude. Like, at the counter, they're not.
Right.
They don't put up with a lot of stuff at this gas station. They just don't. She's like, I'm not trying to hear this, dude. I don't care. I got to tell you, I don't care. And he kept saying, I'm not mad at you. She's like, I don't really care if you're mad at me. Really? Right. I'm not selling it to you. And then as he walked out there, like, they probably won't even let him get an ID. Well, he's had a Kentucky ID. He's probably not allowed back in Kentucky for some reason. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, geez. Give it to him.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe. I'm out of here. You guys can like and subscribe to my podcast. I did get us a listener this week.
Really?
At a Starbucks.
How?
Hey, guy asked me what I was doing on Wednesday. And I was like, I got to go to work. He's like, when people say like, oh, what? So you're just, taking a day for yourself? When I stopped in, he like acted like that.
Oh, like what are you doing? It's working time right now. Why aren't you at work? Is that what he's asking?
Yeah, like what are you doing? What's your business? And I was like, I gotta work at 8. Or no, he said, are you off work? Or some shit like that, And I'm like, I gotta work at 8. And he's like, oh really? What do you work? And I was like, nowhere. I'm just a podcaster. And he was like, oh, really? What's the podcast? And I told him, he was like, I'm going to listen. So if you're the guy at the Starbucks and you're listening, buddy, you made an impression on me.
Welcome.
And that's all. Yeah. Welcome to the show. You know, let's maybe think about starting a union. I don't know.
Could happen.
I mean, I did give your coworker I hipped her to a very cool clothing website to purchase some clothes.
Okay.
So
you set them up.
I did. I set them up. I hipped them to a cool podcast and a clothing website. She asked where I got my shirt. It's a very cool shirt. People ask me often. It's got flowers on it.
Right.
Down the sleeve and on the hood. Yeah, you're like, I don't see a cool guy like this walking around very often. I gotta find out where he gets his gear.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
This guy's dressed
all the time.
This is a sharp dressed man. You know? That's how I see myself. That's why I think that guy asked me for $260. Really?
You think he had?
He was like, this guy's got $250 worth of shirt and hat on. I'm pretty sure he has the $260, and it's like, no, I just spend my money unwisely.
Yeah, I would never have that amount.
If I had that amount, I'd buy a $150 t-shirt. I got this watch now. I'm closing rings. That's my new thing.
That's nice.
Closing rings on the Apple Watch. Somebody said it's bourgeois surveillance culture, but I was just like, well, I'm broke. You know, you can call me bourgeois or whatever.
Yeah,
but
it doesn't hurt. I don't
care.
I don't feel guilty.
Yeah, I don't feel guilty because I spend my money totally unwisely and just have things that I think are nice. I'm gonna be buried with this stuff.
Right.
Bury me in my cool watch with my cool pants.
I mean, if that watch is like your phone, you'll break it in 6 months, probably.
I'm trying to be responsible with it, and I think I'm doing an okay job. I mean, I don't know how you'd break it unless you fall, which I do a lot of that. So
yeah.
And I have noticed that I catch the door with my wrist a lot.
Yeah, right on the watch.
Oh yeah, on the back. It's got a metal.
Uh-huh.
I got a metal band because I said I can't be seen with a plastic band. You know, I'm too much of a gentleman for a plastic band.
Sure.
You know, just upping my game lately. You know.
Yeah, Santa Claus really helped you out, I guess.
He did. He gave me a knife. You know, and some toys too. I got some toys. Hey, yo-yo, a good yo-yo.
A nice one.
Like a competition yo-yo that I could probably use when I join the ranks of the yo-yo competition circuit. I think they call it that. I can now do the little triangle thing.
You can't do the triangle?
I can do the triangle thing now.
What is that called? Like the cuckoo clock or something?
I don't know. Probably dog in a boat or something.
Yeah, they all have like turn of the century names.
Dog in a boat.
Rock the cradle.
Rock the cradle. I can do rock the cradle. I can do walk the dog. I can stall it. You know, the stall move where it's down for a second and you're like, whoop, whoop.
Yep.
Pull it up.
Yep.
I can do the twist where you put it out and have it come back and around and you do like a 360.
Uh-huh.
I can do a 360. That looks pretty violent. I like that.
360 is good. I also used to do the one where you throw it down, you bend the string in half, and then it climbs the other. You go underneath and let it climb the rope.
I gotta learn that.
That's a good one too.
I'm gonna be watching yo-yo instructional videos all the time. Now I wanted to play video games yesterday, but instead started watching yo-yo videos.
That's not bad.
How do you become a yo-yo expert?
You're a boomer memes fantasy.
I am. I love. Yes, I am a boomer memes fantasy. They're like these fucking Gen Xers, man.
Your son is. I'm sorry. Your dad is like probably on some like group like called the Golden Oldies of Columbus. There's a group I'm in that's all about the 50s and 60s in Columbus. He's like, my son turned off his PlayStation today and picked up a yo-yo. I was so dang proud. I guess that stuff sticks eventually. God bless.
My dad probably would be proud that I'm doing yo-yo now.
Yeah. I think all dads are proud of yo-yo.
I'm gonna tell my dad I do yo-yo, but I'll tell him I do. I'm thinking about joining a competition, so he'll tell me I could never be a competition yo-yo guy.
Yeah.
I need to get that high again from when I was a teenager.
Yep.
I need my dad to tell me I can't do something again. But yeah. How was your Christmas, Brett?
The Christmas was good. Yesterday was pretty bad, but Christmas was good.
Was yesterday not Christmas?
No, yesterday was the day after Christmas.
Oh, yesterday was fine with me.
I didn't even move. I just like laid still. I really needed to reset, so I took like a whole day off.
I sat around and then played Wii bowling. We're a big Wii bowling family now.
Yeah, you brought the Wii over, and it was awesome. I was up screaming and yelling and cheering again.
Wii bowling that's the game. That's like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out level good game.
Yeah, if you had a Wii that just had that on it, it's still worth a ton of money.
Yeah, really. I'd pay $90 just to have
the Wii
bowling setup. Maybe tennis. I mean, those extra games are nice too. Little golf, little tennis, you know?
Boxing is funny.
Yeah, boxing's not good. They didn't do a good job with boxing.
It's funny.
It's okay. I got some slippers too. So this Wednesday, tune in. You'll see my slippers. Maybe even on a Tuesday, maybe I'll bring my slippers. I got slippers that I could wear to your house, basically.
That's awesome.
So I can take the old shoes off. Got some hard-soled Uggs slippers. Uggs brand.
Nice.
I'm an Uggs guy, you know?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah.
Long time. Are you in their newsletter or what?
I am, yes.
You were early investor?
Yeah, I made a lot of money off of Uggs.
Okay. Yeah.
Believe me.
Yeah.
When you guys were all making fun of girls for wearing Uggs, I was counting cash.
Calling them Conan boots and stuff?
Yeah. People make fun of Uggs like crazy. They hated them. That's probably some misogyny there.
Sure.
Yeah, because they hated Uggs. And I was like, I'm going to get some. I never hated them.
You didn't get Uggs, though. You didn't get real Uggs.
No, they look like moccasins.
Yeah, you got to get real Uggs.
You think I'd look good in real Uggs?
No, nobody does.
Okay. It's like Crocs, sort of.
Yeah, they're shapeless. I mean, they're warm and they're good for what they do, I guess.
I don't know what they do.
They're like sheepskin that's like 100% waterproof and shit, and they have wool on the inside to keep it super warm, and you just slip them on. They're
all
like
all I heard was that you can wear them without socks and they don't stink. Yeah. That was the lesson. That's what I heard about them.
I doubt that. I mean, maybe a 14-year-old girl might not stink up an Ugg, but I think you probably going to stink up some Uggs.
I mean, what is it about socks? You know? You ever think about that? Like, why you got to wear socks or your shoes will stink? Like, what's that about?
The socks are like your underwear. They keep the stink off of the... You got to have a barrier. There's just gross shit coming out of your feet constantly.
My pants don't stink if I don't wear underwear, though.
All your bad emotions, all the toxins in your body, just like because of gravity, just go to the bottom to your feet, and then...
Is that why when you meditate, they tell you to feel it all the way from your head down to your feet?
Yeah. You have to.
Yeah.
And then you got to be wearing socks because they're going to start just erupting with toxins.
I didn't know that. I just didn't get this. I always wondered why. Like, my parents would yell at me if I didn't wear socks. Your fucking feet are gonna stink. And it's like, oh, no, they won't. And then, you know, I'd not wear socks for a while, and I'd be like, oh,
throw them away.
My feet fucking stink. These shoes smell.
You walk in the house and there's a stank ass pair of shoes sitting there.
Yep.
Time to pitch them.
Now I wear shoes all day. And then socks to bed. I've turned into a socks to bed guy.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of people won't do that. That's me now. Socks in bed.
I feel like I'm getting behind the scenes Brian interview right now.
I've become such a socks guy that I've been buying these Bombas.
Okay.
Crazy price for socks.
They give them to homeless people too?
I think not American homeless people.
What does that mean?
They send them to like...
Is there an asterisk?
Well, no. They just send them to like a place, I think.
Maybe I'm thinking
a different country.
I'm thinking of a different one then.
I don't know for sure.
Yeah, one purchased and one donated.
One donated to who? Probably another country. Which is fine. I'm an internationalist kind of guy. You know what I mean? I don't care. I don't think only American homeless people should get them. I'm saying usually they send them over to like Africa or something, you know?
All 50 states.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Well, I bought a bunch of Bombas for some people this week. I did a good thing. because I got my wife Bombas. I'm just heavy into socks right now. If you're a listener and you want to know what I'm heavy into right now, socks. Just socks for days. I have ribbed socks. I have non-ribbed socks.
You like Christmas more than I do.
I do.
So you need to, here's the thing, you need to bottle up this feeling you have right now, and you need to just sip on it for 30 days leading up to Christmas, because this is how you're going to feel when it's done.
You know I don't know how to do that, though.
You should try, though. You should try to feel good about it.
Well,
but
having
socks
a tough
are like,
time.
I sent socks out to all of our people that we toured with. So Struggle Session, Trillbillies, District Sentinel, Minion Death Call, and I sent them all socks. Smart Wool, because that's my brand. But that is the best gift ever. I also like a really highly engineered pair of socks is one of the finest feelings in the world.
It is. It's
Whenever
like highly engineered underwear.
When they put that elastic around the arch of your foot, I could never go back after that. I could have no saggy baggy elephant socks anymore.
I know, because for the first 39 years of my life, 40 years of my life, I was wearing socks that were fucking just hanging off my feet. You take them off and they're just hanging off the front of your feet.
Blown out.
You take a walk and they fucking come off as you walk.
Wiggly ass bacon elastic at the top. They just work their way to the bottom of your shoe.
Same with underwear, man. I was just not caring about underwear. And then I started walking. And I was like, you need better underwear if you're going to if you're going to close those rings like I do.
Right.
You're going to need some fucking tight underwear.
Yes.
We ain't got those.
No chafing.
And that changed everything.
Yeah.
And then once I got those, I got the socks. Once you get the socks, it's just now I'm wearing a whole base layer of nice shit. I'm wearing tights right now.
Okay.
I have leggings on.
Fun.
Under my pants.
Like Peter Pan did?
Well, yeah, but they're under my pants. I actually meant to come here and take the leggings off and put them in my bag, but I didn't do that, so I'm just going to be hot. And then I have a base layer shirt on underneath because I'm outside all day, And I just feel good, man. I just feel good. I can't recommend enough. If you've got money, make yourself feel good. Just get yourself some fucking good undergarments. Don't fucking treat them like me, where it was like... For me, I just figured if nobody's going to see it, it ain't got to be nice. And I probably had the same underwear for 15 years at a time, I know I had this pair of Fred Flintstone boxer shorts I got when I was 19. And when I was 30 at the cable company, I sharted on the way to work. And I had to throw those fucking underwear in the trash at work. Yeah, and it was fucking humiliating, but it was also kind of sad because it was like, oh, I'm down a pair of underwear,
Yeah, I always hated shit in my pants too. Just to watch them go down the trash, you're like, they're not gonna see those again. I have to replace those. You've been through so many periods of my life.
Yeah,
you've been around for 14 years now.
I know. I had underwear for decades. I had the same underwear for a decade.
Yeah,
and then it was just like time to fucking re-up, dude. And now I'm at a new time now where I got to re-up again on underwear. I didn't get no underwear for Christmas.
Somebody wants to know about bedding. How's your bedding?
Don't ask about that. You're not going to like the answer to that. I'm going to tell you the truth about my bedding. I have a quilt. It's very nice. We wash it every 2-3 weeks.
That's not bad. That's not as bad as I thought.
Really?
Yeah, man. I've gone year, maybe. I've gone a year. I've gone a whole year of my life where I just didn't care what was going on in my bed.
I make my bed every day when I get up. Every single day I wake up, I make my bed and I fold it down. Like a hotel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So when I go home tonight, I'm climbing into a made bed.
A folded down blanket.
Just a made bed. Just like I'm living the life.
How often are you changing those sheets? Because that's like the underwear for your bed.
That's the thing about the sheets. That's why I want to talk about it. Because now my wife's listening to this show. You can never tell if she's going to listen or not.
Okay.
But I just washed the sheets the other day. I didn't change them, though. I washed them and then went back upstairs and put the washed ones on. Fine. But I don't. We only have 2 sets of sheets. We're not a big sheets family. The bed stuff, You know, I would love to be making bed money, but like when you start looking into bed stuff, it's just like get out of town. You know what I mean? I don't. That's the new underwear and socks for me. It's just I look at it and I'm like, nobody sees this.
This is like 4 underwears for this sheet.
Yeah. And number 2, like my bedroom, like me and my wife had a whole. She had to tell me like, Brian, I care that our bedroom's not decorated. And I'm like, well, then you're going to have to do something about that because I don't care. Because I don't want people in there. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care. It's got to have a bed in it and a couple dressers. That's it. That's all I care about. I don't need pictures on the wall.
What about aspirational paintings of places you'd like to visit?
None.
What about endearing photos of your family and friends?
None. And you should see my curtains in my bedroom. They're humiliating. Humiliating. My stepmom made us curtains for a different set of windows that were bigger or that were smaller. And now we just put the curtains up in that one and they don't really cover the whole window thing, you know?
Uh-huh.
There's curtains though. And I mean, I'm just like... You know, as long as we can shut the fucking curtains, I don't give a shit. They cover the whole window. They just don't cover the whole area of the window. I have to get a picture of it for you.
Yeah.
I'll get y'all a bedroom picture. I don't...
Yeah, I mean, you'll run out of Bombas eventually to buy. You'll have enough Bombas, and you can tell us all about your upgraded bed sheet.
It'll never... It just
I can't
isn't...
spend my money there either.
I can't spend the money on a bedroom.
I can sleep on the floor.
I could too.
I can sleep on the couch.
I fucking was so annoyed when my wife was nuts about a box spring. You know what I mean? We used to not have a box spring, and she was like, we need to get a box spring. And I was like, why?
Yeah.
And she's like, well, just
Tradition.
because beds have...
Tradition?
Yeah, and I was like, I mean, but why? But then we got it, and I was like, it is nice not to have to climb out of a bed that's so low to the ground, you know? But when we first moved in, our box spring didn't fit. Jason actually tried very hard to get our box spring up the stairs and it didn't fit. So we had to buy a split box spring. And that's $280. That's not even that much money.
Yeah, that's
money. Fucking, what?
That's money.
It's still money, but it's not like you would think a split box spring would be $500. So you're looking at $280.
I always feel like they throw it in with the mattress.
Yeah.
I feel like the only way you can get a box spring is if you buy a mattress.
I've had the same mattress for 12 years.
Wow.
That's something I gotta fix. My wife wants a new mattress. It's like my wife wants a new mattress. She wants new tires on the car. It's like, this is the world we live in.
Why don't you want Ultra Boost?
I don't get it neither. Why doesn't she want me to have this Supreme shirt that's anti-ice?
Uh-huh.
You know?
Yeah, that's important.
That seems like the most important thing I could buy. But instead, I'm going to be standing at the tire store. You know what I keep saying about the tire store, though? She's like, we need tires on the car, Brian. Yeah, I mean, she's talked to you about it. She talks to everybody to listen about how we need tires on the car. I'm like, you know, fine. I guess if you want to send me to the tire store during COVID, I'll go do it.
Smart.
The pandemic sucks, dude. I can't do what I do.
Yeah,
you know? So why not use it for something? This goddamn pandemic, I can't even go to the tire store. You know? What the hell?
Damn shame.
It's a crying shame that it would be risking my life to go to the tire store. Meanwhile, I could just stand outside and wait.
The chat's popping off. They're saying TireRack.com is the place to go for tires. You can get them shipped to a place that will install them.
I'm going to look into this, but this sounds like a lot.
It usually is. This is when people are like, oh, you want to play Nintendo? Just program a RetroPie. And it's like, no, nobody can just do that.
This TireRack.com seems scary.
I like discount tires too. Wait, is it Tire Discounters? Is that the one? I like.
Well, I don't know the jingle, but I'll make one up real quick. Discount tires, we put them on your car first.
Okay.
Yeah. I wrote that.
Sounds good.
Don't fucking come at me. Let's take some calls, man.
Let's do calls. They said Tire Rack doesn't require programming. We'll see.
I thought computer pro. We're talking about that. I gotta fucking probably print something. You know what I'm saying? You gotta print something out. You gotta do it. I'm looking it up right now while we take this first call. TireRack.com.
All right. Thank you for calling Street Fight. Who are we talking to tonight? Hello.
Oh no. Oh no.
Hello.
Hallelujah.
Very quiet. Very quiet.
Yes. Hey. Yo, what's up, guys? This is Kyle in North Carolina calling in again. How you guys doing?
Doing well. How about yourself? I don't know if Brian can hear you or not.
Oh, shit, yeah.
I can hear you.
My phone is just, I'm on speaker.
I can hear you.
I don't know. Here, let me take you off speaker. I don't know if it helps.
Oh, I can hear you way better now.
Good.
What's up?
All right, sweet. We'll just do it this way. Oh, you know, just had a holly jolly little Christmas. You know, a good Christian Christmas, of course. I hope you guys had the same. Yep. I elected not to spend it with my family. I went to my mom's house and sat on the porch with her for an hour. And I didn't do the whole big family dinner thing that was happening at one of my aunt's houses. And honestly, I'm kind of proud of myself for not doing that for COVID reasons, and also I had a better Christmas than that. So I hate to say it, but
I like this year too a little bit. I also hate to say it.
Yeah, it makes you feel kind of shitty because it's these people, I guess they love me and. I care about them and love them, but it's man, I can't, they're all very Christian conservative people and they think that I'm a terrorist and, it's awful. I think I made the right choice. But,
no, it is the right choice. And it was a hard choice for people to make, I think.
Not really.
Really? Mm-hmm. Maybe not for me and you because we're scuzz.
No, I'm actually pro. I think that a lot of these people, I see them once a year. So I don't think an excuse not to see them once a year is I don't want to take that. I would rather see them just because it's weird and interesting to see them. But I think that most people definitely took it off. I guess, I don't know. But now that I say that, I know some people that did a traditional fucking Christmas that me and my wife are the troublesome. We're we're the ones that's hard to work with. So we had to do a sit in the garage. We had to do a sitting in the garage gift exchange, a special thing. But then the family went and did a whole big feast. I just lost him.
Did we lose?
Hey,
no, he's here. He's here.
No, I'm here. No, I was just listening.
It's fine. We have some shit going on here. I'm absent-minded.
No, it's all good. It's no problem. Are you good? Can you still hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Sweet, hell yeah. Funny enough, so when I went to go see my mom for Christmas, it's just a quick thing. I haven't actually listened to the Butt Rock podcast yet, but I've heard you guys talk about it on some of the other episodes. And I get to my mom's house, and she's, playing some music on her little JBL Bluetooth speaker. It's cute. She likes to sit on the front porch and listen to music. And she's like, I want you to hear this song. And it's just so good. I think you might like it. And I'm like, all right. And it's the Five Finger Death Punch cover of fucking Blue on Black by Kenny Shepherd. And it's just it's the worst thing. Okay, here's the thing. It's objectively, I'm not going to lie. It kind of goes kind of hard, It's kind of good. It's kind of a good song. But it's fuck, man. This would be the song that she wants me to fucking hear. I think, you like metal. You play in a metal band, right? You might like this one. So, and of course, it kind of ties into this whole, my mom is very conservative. I love her, and I just have to look past all of that. But, she buys into the butt rock, man, the pro-America, for the vets, for the first responders, and it's such an American thing. And I had never thought of it that way, post 9/11, how it became the working man's music. And it just was a fucking epiphany for me. And I'm like, holy shit, that makes so much sense, because everyone I know that likes Five Finger Death Punch wears those like NRA hats and those like edgy American flag T-shirts with the arm logo. You know what I mean?
Yep. 9-line.
Yeah, literally. It's exactly that. But no, I was also listening to your stealing podcast earlier this week, and I just wanted to say that I think it's morally right to steal. I think it's the right thing to do. I encourage everybody to steal from big box retailers. Just don't get caught. And you're doing the right thing. I just want to let you know that. I actually used to work for a Kohl's, and if you are going to steal, don't steal from Kohl's, because they have like a pseudo cop in every fucking Kohl's store that will like literally chase people. The loss prevention, dude. We had this guy named Harry who was terrifying. He was like very muscular and like very serious about loss prevention. Mind you, this is a guy who like made $12 an hour and like took his job so fucking seriously, you know, defending the store against thieves who wanted to come and steal $40 Nikes and $5 bath towels. You know, like
well, they might case the jewelry counter and get like a crushed diamond, like a .25 total carat weight tennis bracelet, you know, for $60.
No, not the Fossil watch that we had on sale for $17.99 with a 30% off coupon this week.
Yeah, but, I follow
literally though.
One of my favorites, one of my new favorite things that I check on it regularly is there's a Reddit, r loss prevention, and it's all loss prevention employees, and you can get so behind the scenes. They do like the drug raid thing. Well, they'll take a picture and they'll be like, my first big catch, and it'll just be like a bunch of Kohl's clothes or like some video games laid out on a table, and they'll take a picture of them like catching people. They also talk about like, you know, they're like, I currently do loss prevention at Best Buy, but I want to step it up to something higher end. What do I need to get on my resume? You know,
the people I know,
oh my God,
almost everybody I know who's been caught stealing has been caught at Kohl's, actually, to tell you the truth. It's like
yes.
My wife got caught there back when she was a teenager, way younger, but I knew a bunch of people that got busted at Kohl's. That's not a good place to steal from. I actually got a DM from somebody said Target's another one, like steer clear of Target.
Target, what I used to do when I was a kid is I would pretend to steal just to get loss prevention to chase me outside, and they'd like want to pat me down, but they were always really nervous because they didn't know how, like they didn't know what their rights were and all that stuff, and I would be such an asshole to them, and then I would have nothing on me. I'd take off all my clothes. I'd strip down to my underwear like in a Target parking lot just to make them feel stupid.
Yeah, Boko T on Twitter sent me a thing that that they pay their loss prevention officers well, and that's like kind of the difference between Walmart and the other places, is that like they use top forensics laboratories and stuff like that to bust shoplifters. So Target, hey, you know, if you can get away with it, get away with it, but you know, it's always good to sort of pass on that message of like, hey, probably don't steal from Kohl's, probably don't steal from Target, because you don't want to get busted.
Yeah, I was gonna say when I was stealing all the time, Target we stayed away from. Walmart was way easier, especially late night.
Yeah, they say they pay their.
I was literally about to say that exactly. So I will admit that I do enjoy shopping at my local Target, so I like not steal from them. But there's a Walmart literally right down the fucking road. And everybody that works there clearly it's obvious that they just don't give a shit at all. And I'm so about it, because I actually stole a very cool pocket knife from that Walmart about 3 weeks ago. And it's a very great investment. I literally walked up to the pocket knife, and in my defense, the pack was open. It had been cut open, and there was just a knife hanging out of it. So I was like, this feels like low-hanging fruit, and I'm just going to take it. And I have since used that knife a lot. Shout out Murder Brian with the pocket knife.
Somebody I used to work with a guy at the camera store that would go to Walmart and use the open a knife sharpener and sharpen all of his knives and then leave. He didn't even steal it. He didn't even steal the fucking thing. He just used it.
That's a boss move.
Yeah.
That's a boss move. That's like the most base thing you could possibly do. I think that's the ultimate alpha move. Instead of stealing, opening something, using it, and then just walking out. You know, like I've done that for like hand sanitizer. You know, you just fucking open a hand sanitizer, get you a little pump, and walk away.
Yeah, because
a little Clorox wipes out.
They actually owe you that because they should have hand sanitizer all over the place at these places now, and they don't. So they owe you.
Yeah.
Just being it. They can just go over there and open one.
Yeah. I don't even know how many times I just like grab a Coke while I'm walking around the store, you know, sipping on a little Coca-Cola and just fucking throw it away and walk out in the store, you know, like.
That also seems fair to me. That also seems fair to me. You know, I'm a guest in your house here. I'd like to drink a Coca-Cola.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, man, message to all street fighters, don't fucking steal from Kohl's. They will literally chase you out in the parking lot and like block your car in. It's insane. Also, since I worked at Kohl's, they had all these little like programs where basically if you snitched on your coworkers, you would get bonuses, which I think is kind of commonplace at a lot of big box retailers, but at Kohl's it was particularly bad. And the guy, Harry, would always come around and remind us like, hey, you know, if you let me know that your coworker is stealing and it leads to a bust of X amount, then you get X bonus. Or like there was this one thing where it's like, if you can like lead me directly to someone stealing, you get like a $500 bonus. It was insane. Just like, and mind you, Kohl's pays minimum wage last time I checked. And in the state of North Carolina, minimum wage is still $7.25 an hour. So like, you know, me and my ideologies, if I see my $7.25 an hour coworker fucking stealing shoes for their 5-year-old, that's none of my business as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
You know, that's just them trying to provide for their family under a system that has completely oppressed them and marginalized them financially for the last, 40 years of their life. So, whatever, not my fucking problem. And then the craziest thing about Kohl's, too, and this will make you want to steal from them, is that the managers at that store, man, they make so much fucking money, it's insane. I actually had this store manager who was the biggest douchebag I've ever met in my life. He was, like, not a bad manager as far as managers go. He was just a pompous asshole, and it's weird how that works. But he left like a pay stub on his desk for one of the area supervisors to find, and you can tell that he did it intentionally. It's like a very weird flex. This guy was making 6 figures running a fucking Kohl's.
Whoa.
It was like $100 and some thousand a year. Yeah, I'm dead ass serious. Meanwhile, like the next manager below him, someone found out that she was making like 55, and the manager below her was making like 45, and to a $7 an hour employee.
Yeah, I
just felt like.
Yeah, fuck that place, man. I've never talked to anybody that worked there.
And I was like, oh.
I've never talked to a Kohl's worker. I consider Kohl's a scam, though. You know, those sale prices.
It is absolutely a scam.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how it's a scam, too. This is why. So they're known for all their fucking, like, Kohl's Cash and coupons, like fucking 30% off, 40% off shit. Meanwhile, what happens is, and I can tell you because I did the ad set, as it were, for a lot of those sales, they have all these things where it's like the MSRP, the market price, will be like $100 for a Mark Anthony faux leather jacket.
Of course.
And then and then they'll price it down to $50 during the week. And then on the weekend, they'll put it back to $100 and release a 30% off coupon, so you get it for $70. So you think you're getting this great deal with your 30% off coupon, but you actually paid $20 more than what it was priced earlier in the week. But guess what? You got $10 Kohl's Cash for that fucking purchase, though. You can come back and buy underwear with it next week.
Yeah, there's also, and there's also, I think there's some sort of law where things can't be on sale all the time. There's some sort of retail law that they're skirting where you're right. They will make it on sale during the week and then just put a general coupon out for the weekends.
Yeah, it was a bunch of weird shit like that, and you know, everybody that works at Kohl's fucking hates their lives because, like, it's such like a bullshit store, you know.
It's the worst store. I hate getting. The worst thing about the holidays is whenever someone gives me a Kohl's gift card, because I'm just walking around there like, I don't want anything in here. I have to buy something, and I don't want anything at all, and I don't know what to do.
You'd rather have Target. You'd rather have fucking Target.
Yeah, anything but Kohl's.
You can get you a Mark Anthony. You get you a Mark Anthony faux leather jacket and a waffle iron.
Scrap leather.
You know,
there's little scraps of leather that they sew together.
I'm more a Tony Hawk jeans guy.
Tony Hawk jeans was a good one.
Yeah, I like a nice pair of Tony Hawk jeans.
I had the Hawks. I had the Hawks, man. I had the Hawks.
Me too.
Back in like 2007, I had them.
I wore them too. I had them too. I shopped at Kohl's for a long time. I think Brett was the one that said something about Kohl's, and I was like, I'm not going to Kohl's anymore.
I'm sorry to do it, but
and now you're a hype beast. Now we have hype beast Brian, who carries pocket knives and wears $100 Supreme T-shirts or wants $100.
Should have kept him at Kohl's.
Should have kept me at Kohl's. Now I'm too cool for myself.
Yeah.
I'm a knife guy.
There you go.
It closes his rings. Well, thanks for calling in. That was a great call.
Yeah. Yeah, guys. Hey, well, I hope you have a great new year, and appreciate you guys.
You too.
Awesome.
Call again.
Thanks for calling in. We love your calls.
Yeah,
that was great. That was a fucking great call.
Yeah,
Kohl's.
It's not. We didn't get to talk Kohl's. Kohl's is a big part of the holiday season, especially in Ohio. Everybody loves Kohl's.
I can't believe they have a snitch thing going there.
Yeah.
That's a new thing. That's not something that's come up on Street Fight ever.
But you're making $7 an hour, and you could get basically 2 weeks take-home pay just for telling on a thief.
Right. If you're planning to quit, if you and your friend are planning on quitting.
You just did. The chat said the same thing. Yeah. The chat said, how about everybody report on the person on their left, and you all get the bonuses and go somewhere else?
Yeah. The whole time he was talking, I was like, if you get a percentage, just be like, hey, I think this dude's stealing $20,000 worth of stuff.
Right.
And then split it with him on the way out the door.
He took a whole pallet of Mark Anthony faux leather jackets. Those things retail for $20,000. Now we sell them for, $500.
Yeah. A Mark Anthony faux leather jacket.
I know exactly. I'm sure he did that so many times. I'm sure he probably. You just go crazy at those jobs.
Yeah.
And he probably just shit talked Mark Anthony for an entire season.
Yeah.
He was just stuck just singing the songs and stuff, just who is this guy? Why do I want a jacket by him?
I wonder if John Legend's in Kohl's yet.
He would be a good addition.
I mean, he's got Kohl's energy.
Kohl's always. Target also used to do a lot of hookups, but Kohl's, they really solidified those celebrity brands. Kmart had a lot of celebrities too.
Yeah, they had Martha Stewart, which was a big one.
Kathy Ireland.
I'm looking up who Kohl's lines are.
Yeah, I don't know what Kohl's is up to. We're out of the Kohl's this year. Let's get on get on the phone. Thanks for calling Street Fight. Who are we talking to tonight?
Hey, what's up? This is Nick up in the Toledo area.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, Nick? How's Toledo?
How are those Kohl's in Toledo?
Let's see. The Kohl's, I haven't actually been one since I was like 12 years old because that's where Mom used to take me school shopping,
That's right. Like what?
Yeah, my mom, because I can only get a credit card at Kohl's or JCPenney, so that's the only place we can go school shopping.
Exactly. So I was calling up tonight because I wanted to touch on the topic from last week, the holiday bonus.
Yeah, what'd you get?
And also, if you're interested, I have a landlord story for you, too.
Both of those things are good. What was your bonus? I got to hear your bonus.
My bonus was a 20-pound turkey.
Ooh.
Okay. I mean...
what is that run, though?
But you're not...
Yeah.
I just want to...
I work in a healthcare job. Wait, sorry?
I just want to bring up a concern is that you're not supposed to be gathering with people this year.
Yeah.
So a 20-pound turkey sounds excessive.
That's not enough for. I think it's too much for one household. We're not supposed to have no more than two. We can't have 3 households together. 2 households, one 20-pound bird. I don't know.
And I mean, I'm just a singular guy. I live by myself, so it's like, what am I going to do with 20 pounds of a 20-pound bird?
Yeah, you can do like the
So
Joey from Friends thing and try to eat it yourself.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I ended up giving it to one of my friends who actually like knows his way around like bulk size like meat and stuff like that. So it all turned out well. Showed me what it looked like.
And also,
bang up job on it.
Was it? I mean, now was this a fancy turkey or was this just like a grocery store turkey? Because those things aren't.
Oh, it was a grocery store turkey.
So yeah, I mean that's really wasn't even $20. I bet.
No, they're cheap as fuck around the holidays.
I mean, honestly though, I'm just surprised that I actually got it because like I was very recently hired in at this job, and
okay,
so it was like, I didn't know I'm also gonna get such things,
Hey, you know what? We want you to stay alive. Here's some turkey meat that'll keep you alive for long enough to do your next couple weeks of work.
And you said you're a healthcare worker too, right?
Yeah. Not specifically like I'm a medical social worker.
Well, you still deserve more. It feels like you deserve more than a turkey to me. I mean, if we're caring about our healthcare workers.
Hey, but turkey was the old standard. This was back when people would just kill a goose on the street instead because they have nothing to eat. I think that's when turkeys became the standard. But yeah, in this day and age, it is kind of like, could you just get me like a Apple iTunes gift card instead for $10 if that's all you're going to spend on me?
Right, like. I could definitely use an iTunes card,
you can watch
to like Walmart.
You watch a fucking movie. You could like it would be nice to be able to sit and watch a movie.
Yeah, 20 pounds of turkey. I'm gonna have to deal with that now. You gave me a problem,
and it's like I didn't even have space in the freezer when I got it either.
That's old school though. That's old school. You're supposed to. I mean, I hope you did a dance and a song for him and whistled, a tune for your managers to show your graciousness.
No, it wasn't even my manager who gave it to me. It was someone from like the HR department.
Did they shoot it out of a cannon or anything fun? Like was it?
No, there was literally just like a semi truck in one of the parking lots, and if you got the letter, because like roughly half of the employees at my place are in a union, the other half are not.
Oh.
So if you are in the union, you got the turkey notice and you could go get it.
Wow.
I got to break in with some breaking news. At Kohl's for $40, originally $100, men's Mark Anthony modern fit bomber jacket.
Wow, that's a fucking steal. Vayamos.
So what was the
I will argue for Mark Anthony bomber jackets for next year's union Christmas gift.
I mean, that's $40. You'd love to have $40, but if you can't, a Mark Anthony Union bomber jacket sounds like just the thing. You said you had a landlord story. Let's hear it. I'm curious.
Yeah, man. Okay. So my landlord, last year I was, still dating this girl, right? And she came over to see my place for the first time, and she was like, "Yo, this is awesome. You should see if I could move in, maybe, So I'll tell you this: I pay $400 a month for a 1-bedroom, technically 1.5, which in this area that's absolutely insane. Like it's a steal. So I asked the landlord, and keep in mind that this girl also has like a pet cat and a pet dog. So I asked the landlord, "Hey, can name redacted move in with me?" And they hit me back with, "All right, well, because the water bill's going to go up, it's going to be an additional $400 a month for her, and then an additional $200 per pet per month." So that brings the total now up to $1,200 for a 1.5 bedroom. And I think they were just like doing weird things to me to just like say no without saying no.
That's exactly what I thought. That's why I said just say no to me. God damn it. Don't try to say I'm going to make your rent 4 times the amount. But yeah, you can absolutely do it.
Right. So, I mean, it was like, oh, okay, well, thanks for considering anyway. And then 3 hours later, I get this message back and they're like, So we've been thinking maybe we could actually do that. I was like, no, this is weird.
Oh,
anyway.
They were like, well, now that I think about it, I would love to have you pay $1,600 a month for rent instead of $400.
Yeah.
Let's move her in. Let's get her. Let's get a move-in special. We'll give you coupons at the grocery store. We'll give you Kohl's cash.
Yeah. Well, okay. So check it out. A month or two later, I find out that the smoke detector it was broken. I guess from the time that I moved in, right? So I text the landlord and I'm like, "Hey, I found this. It's a miss." And they were like, "Oh, okay, go ahead and buy one and just knock whatever you spend on it off your rent."
Oh, that never works. That never works, dude. They forget every time.
Man.
They fucking forget every time.
Then they're going to take you to court because you were short $55. Now there's fees. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Ooh. All right. Well, both of you buckle up for what comes next. So, because I'm a very busy guy and I'm not often around town, and I oftentimes lack the energy to even go to the store, I order a $20 smoke detector from Amazon. It costs about $20, right? And it's supposed to last for like 10 years. So I present them with the check for $380, and I'm like, here's the receipt for the thing as well. And later that night, I get a text asking me, why did you buy a $20 one? And I was like, well, because the old one was broken and I wanted to get a good one. And here's the crux of the story, I guess. They replied back with, well, I would have bought it from Walmart because I like to keep jobs local.
Oh.
So they were asking buy a $5 one from Walmart because Walmart keeps jobs local.
Well, they do. Technically, they do have jobs there that pay nothing.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, after that's the last resort for a lot of people in town is Walmart. So we need to make sure some money goes there.
Right.
And they didn't want you to take $20 off your rent.
Right.
It seems like they are a little bit. They are a wild. You got yourself a wild landlord there.
Yeah, I do. It's an independent renter, so they're landlord. So it's like I just do my best to stay out of their hair.
They made their own goddamn bet on that when they said you could buy it. Like if you're chintzy, you don't put the purchasing power in anybody else's hands.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy a $20 smoke detector too. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
If you send me out to get a smoke detector, number one, when you said smoke detector, I promise you, I thought you were going to say it was $150 because I don't know how much a smoke detector costs. But when you said 20, I was like, hey, you went a little cheap on the smoke detector. And then to find out that you got yelled at for buying the expensive smoke detector that story just kept building in weirdness for me.
I know.
Because I have a landlord where I can call him and be like, my smoke detector doesn't work, and he'll be like, I'll be right over, and he'll put a smoke detector in. It's very nice. He even put a carbon monoxide detector. I was thinking about getting a radon detector, but I'm kind of afraid to know if there's radon.
I used to work in the basement so much, and I learned about radon in those basements, and you don't want to know.
Yeah, I don't want to know about radon.
Yeah, just let it take care of you if that's what it's going to do. You don't want to know about the oncoming danger of radon, I don't think. I can't deal with radon in the basement.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do about it anyway? Like line the walls with lead or something?
Yeah, put aluminum foil on everything.
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
I guess,
that was a great story.
Yeah, horrendous. Yeah. Horrible landlords.
Very wild stuff.
Thank you for calling. That was great.
Thank you. Yep.
That's very funny. It's very funny. Like I said, when I hear I had to buy a smoke detector, I immediately went like, oh, that's going to be about $150 there.
Right.
You think those things are so expensive.
I honestly, I don't think they're expensive. When he said he bought the $20 one, I was curious about where it was going to go. I didn't realize there was a $5 one at Walmart.
No idea.
That I would have been yelled at, you know.
And no idea there's a $5 one.
I didn't know.
I wouldn't buy one. I wouldn't buy. Here's why I wouldn't buy a $5 smoke detector. One, what if it didn't detect the smoke? Two, what if the fucking thing? I would think it would go off all the time. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cause fuck, dude. When I cook a steak, that smoke detector's going off. That's just the facts, Jack. You know?
No, we used to set ours off all the time.
Yeah. It's always going off. I think it's because it's cheap. You know?
Well, that's good, though.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I'd rather just go.
Yeah, I suppose.
But, it's the same way where healthcare shouldn't be in the hands of people that want to make money off of it. We shouldn't be like bargaining with the place that we lay our heads at night with some of the crazy fucking people we have to deal with.
It's the same concept as small business tyrants.
Yeah.
Really. It's like you get tied up in
somebody else's
situation. If there was some sort of, a state intermediary between you and, like, if you had,
if you could assign a place to somebody and say this is the place, and you don't have to worry about this crazy person that's going to hold it against you if you go to a protest on the news.
Yes.
Or if you buy the wrong smoke detector.
If you buy the smoke detector, they want they don't want $380, they want $395 for the rent.
They were like, actually, I already spent that $15, so you're kind of putting me out.
I mean, even just getting into it with somebody because they spent $20 on a smoke detector instead of $5 seems like the craziest thing in the world for me.
I don't have that time I don't have that time. I don't have that energy. I don't have that carefree of a lifestyle where I could pick a fight with someone over $15. I went to go get gas and I pre-ordered and the pump didn't work twice and I just ran away. I pre-ordered, I gave them $30 and I fucking just drove away because I did not want to go back inside of the place. $15 is cut and run money.
Right, that's why I talked about that.
I'm not going to tussle anybody for $15.
That $5 that I got hit with at the goddamn grocery store the other day. It was just like, I'm not going to fight with this guy for $5.
What do I do?
$5.
Stand here for principle? For what? Whose principles does anybody care about? Not me.
This battle is not. Nobody's gonna be impressed with my win here if I win.
I don't get to go home and celebrate this.
And I 100%, in my situation, I knew I could win.
Sure.
There's no losing there. I'm the customer. The fucking management would come and be like, yeah, he put 15 in, and then that guy would have gotten in trouble. It would have been a whole fucking thing. And then I would have felt bad for the rest of the day. There's no reason to fight about this stuff.
Yeah.
When fight about $100, when you get up around $50, I mean, if it's your last 20, fight tooth and nail. That's how I am.
Right.
It's like, if it depends on what I have in the bank. If I have $100 in the bank, I'm going to fight over $20,
Yep.
But if I have $200 in the bank, I'm going to fight over $20 probably. But when I get above that, it's like, take the 20. I can't do this.
Beat it. Take 20 and beat it.
Yeah, just beat it, chump.
Thanks for calling Street Fight. Who are we talking to tonight?
Hey there, this is Kiara the Dominatrix.
Hey Kiara, what's up tonight?
Oh, just the government trying to shut down the world of porn again.
Oh, really? I didn't know the government was up to no good again. In the porn department?
Right? Weird.
What are they doing?
There's a new bill that was written up by two old white men senators. I don't know who. It's called SISEA, SISEA. And they claim that it's to stop, child porn and, prevent people who don't want their nudes being posted from being posted. But it's just worded in a way that's like, we want to shut down the porn industry in general.
Like, what are they trying to, what does it, is it coming after OnlyFans sort of thing?
It's everybody. They are saying, let's see, you can't have the ability on your website for porn to be downloaded. which is impossible because even if you have a streaming website, the way streaming works is you either download the file temporarily or you download little bits of it as you're watching it.
I mean, that
They're
sounds
saying you
like
have to have a 24-hour hotline. They're saying you have to have a 24-hour hotline where people can call in and say, this needs to be removed, and you have to remove it within 2 hours or face a $1,000 penalty.
yeah. I mean, some of it is like after the accusations against Pornhub and stuff, something I don't think the government is. I mean, I don't know that probably two Republican white guys are doing it because of that kind of thing. I think it's probably something more insidious than that. But and a 2-hour time frame in 2020 is kind of like, you know, people don't answer their phones. It's just one of those things. But like, yeah, it sucks if they shut it down, you know, and it feels like that's the kind of thing that people get behind. That's what sucks is like they word it in such a way so it sounds like, hey, you're going to stop child pornography and you're going to stop people getting their stuff not wanted. Doesn't that sound great? And then they pass some law that basically makes it so it's illegal to download anything, which I mean, that seems wild. That seems like something you can't even prevent from happening. Really, people are going to download porn no matter what.
The software to prevent that from happening and the software to prevent from happening other things in the bill hasn't been invented yet and may not be possible to be invented.
Yeah, they're good for that.
Like, they want us to have the ability for, like, if OnlyFans has to remove a clip, then OnlyFans is responsible for making sure that every clip that is uploaded in the future is not that clip.
Right.
Oh, yeah. That doesn't seem like a piece of technology that exists to me or that might even be possible to make because you can make modifications to anything at this point. You can put little cat ears on anything if you want to.
Exactly, yeah. Like, you can put a black border around it and it'll be different.
Yeah, I mean, there's also, you know, we unfortunately, I mean, America is just a puritanical place that can't openly be grown up about sexual life and sexual health and all the things that people like and want to do. So I think it's very easy for people to get judgmental about a girl opening an OnlyFans. It's become like a slight at this point. And it's easy for them to just push this stuff through. No one wants to stand up and say, hey, you know, I'm spending money on OnlyFans, you know, and everybody wants to just say I would never open an OnlyFans. And that's the perfect storm to just, you know, take advantage of these people, criminalize folks that are providing a service that we all want and need and have loved since the beginning of creation.
Right, and nobody's saying, like, we don't need change. We definitely need change to prevent, you know, things like that. Things like child porn and people getting their stuff posted when they don't want it. But this is, like, FOSTA SESTA, but much worse. It's worded in a way that includes things like tasteful nude photography or furry art.
Right.
Because anything made or produced by electronic, mechanical, or other means that depicts anything adult related is considered porn under this law.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're defining it now. I mean, is this Republicans or Democrats? Who should we be mad at?
I'm sure. It's a bipartisan law. That's the problem. So we have no support.
So be mad at the same people we're always mad at.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
I was just wondering if you guys had any suggestions as to, like, how can we get the word out about this? Like, how can we get people to send letters to their senators and be like, this is not okay?
Oh, that is tough. I mean, hashtags seem to be the thing, but I mean, it's really hard, I think, to get people to... It's really hard, I think, to get people to send hashtags like, hey, don't fuck with porn. But I mean, there is more of a progressive move. There is more of a progressive thing about quitting, about not demonizing sex work. So that would be like a nice thing. I think getting the information out. I don't know how to get the information out though. You know, I mean, if we could get some mainstream press, that's kind of the thing. But if I could get mainstream press, I would get it for myself.
Right. Like I wrote an article on medium.com and I've shared it on Facebook and Twitter, and I'm like, I don't know what else to do. Like I joined a sex worker union and they're all like, I don't know what to do. So.
Yeah. I mean, I have seen some of the radical people I hang with online. I have seen them sharing information about what's going on. But it's going to be hard to get this into the national conversation, but it has to become an important issue. It has to become a battleground. You're absolutely right. Because there's so much going on here with autonomy and with, you know, what people can do and how people are getting by, you know, right now. There's literally nothing else to do. Why would you criminalize, you know, people that are going to this, you know?
It's like when they were talking about making streaming a felony.
Right, the streaming is another part of it too. Yeah, there are artists that are getting their accounts taken down because they're playing their own songs and shit. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking crazy that they're like they are really working hard to sort of make sure that the internet doesn't get us what is, so that we can't use the internet for our own wants and needs, you know what I mean, to make money. They hate this idea that there's not a monoculture of just whatever's decided by these like corporations like it was before, that now it's a thing where we're making stuff and then that people are getting together and watching stuff that's not made and not hidden from the government and shit like that. And I think that like it bothers them and they're doing everything they can to kind of clamp down on any of that stuff.
It just feels like we can't even get rent freezes or enough money in relief checks or whatever to get people to stay, you know, in their houses, not lose their place to live. And some of us have turned to sex work for this. And now they're like, no, you can't do that either.
Yeah. I mean, they do that. Like, that's the kind of thing that they love to do, right? Is like, once people start, because OnlyFans does seem to be saving a lot of people's lives. It really does seem like, you know, you're seeing that paramedic that was on there that needed the money. And it's like, if you can't make money, you're telling me that the thing I found that I could be successful at, I can't do. I'm not allowed to do that either. And now I have to find a new thing to do. It's very unfair. And it is such that when Brett says the puritanical thing, that is so frustrating to me. The puritanical shit is such bullshit, because the more you find out about the politicians that run this stuff is that they're not puritanical. They're just doing it because they're cynical. You know, they know that there's a bunch of cynical people out there. And if you tie child sex trafficking to anything, you can get anything done.
That's the big, pushback against this is, I believe it was XBiz wrote an article about one part of the bill itself says that the person has to be of legal age in the state that they live in. But the age of consent in some states is like 16. Which they've basically just gone and made child porn legal now.
Yeah, and you're right. On the books.
Yeah, it's just so frustrating.
Yeah, that is. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, this was introduced. When is it going to vote?
We don't know yet. It's only been introduced this week. So I link in my article, like, where you can watch the progress of this bill. And that's just dominichiara.medium.com. It's my pinned article.
All right.
My only article.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
No,
yeah. Pay attention there. It's important to write about it. It's important to get it out there. Like I said, I wish I had more to say other than write letters to senators and Congress people, but you know how me and Brett feel about the senators and Congress people, where it's like, it just, you know, I would love to see, I would love to see something like that work. But when it comes to sex work and pornography, it makes it, that is another level that makes it harder to get them to listen to you, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's like drugs, basically. It's exactly like drugs. It's like, if you say you want drugs to be legal, then they say you just want drugs to be legal because you just want to do drugs and you like doing drugs.
You're right. If, you know, people think you're an addict. If you say like, I believe all drugs should be legal, people think you're just some fucking junkie addict. And the same, it's hard to say, like, I pay for pornography from the creators that I enjoy, and that is something that we need to move forward with, where people can out loud say, like, this is okay, this is fine, this shouldn't be legislated against. I mean, I think that it's also one of those issues that you feel like you can reach across the aisle with, you know, the libertarian types or any freedom type person. You know, the problem is that their churchiness always gets in the way. But if they were open to people living how they want and true freedom, you know, you think you would get some traction. But it's just so easy to demonize all this stuff when everybody's beaten off. You know, everybody's using it, you know, but nobody wants to fucking say it out loud. You know, and we just live in a really fucked up society when it comes to this type of stuff.
Yeah, and I'm with you guys on the letters to senators. Like, I don't know what else to do, but I also don't feel like that's going to help. But
it's something.
It's the only chance we got.
Yeah, I mean, it's something to do. It's something you can do. It's a one-off thing that takes an afternoon. Instead of scrolling for 25 minutes on Twitter or social media, you could just send off a couple sentences. You don't have to like write a full dissertation, or like, you don't have to convince somebody of your opinion. You just have to let your opinion be known. You just have to email them and say, hey, you shouldn't be doing this. A lot of people make money and we need this, and it's something that shouldn't be legislated against. I don't know.
I'm trying.
Yeah, I it's tough. I really understand. I don't know. I mean, we spend all of our time trying to convince people to be nicer to people, or try to be more caring or more kind, or to worry about the public good, and asking them to be okay with sex work just seems so fucking impossible. People are just immediately so judgmental. It's one of those easy things where people think they just are better than somebody, but they don't have the guts or the skills to do it, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, and like you said, the way the articles are written, it's basically political suicide to be like, I'm against that, because it makes it sound like you're for the bad stuff that it's trying to legislate against.
I want to have an open internet with child porn. If that happens, it happens. You know, that's what it makes you sound like. You're willing to take that damage. But no, they're coming after people doing what they want. They're coming after consenting adults, and they're judging people. This has been thousands of years of human existence that they've gone after people. You know, prostitution is a cop word. Prostitution is the charge that you get. It's not like it's not a career or anything. That's what they call it, because they make money when they charge you with it, and they're going to try to do it digitally too.
Right. And I just worry that, you know, like with the war on drugs, we're just going to, because there's never not going to be a demand for adult entertainment.
Yeah.
So it's just going to like fall through the cracks and into the dark web, you know, like the war on drugs. You can buy anything on the dark web, and that's completely unregulated.
And you're exactly like us. I mean, you're an entertainer. Like, we make jokes and we have a friendly rapport that can't be replicated. That's like our special gift. You have a sexual energy that other people want to be a part of or enjoy. This is all the arts, we're losing them, and this STEM push and this STEM lifestyle has really just devalued how important it is to have live entertainment, and especially the ones that's naked. That too, we need that.
Gotta blow off steam somehow in this crazy world, right?
Yes, it's important.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks for calling in, Kiara. It's good to hear from you.
For sure. Thanks for letting me rant.
No problem.
Yeah, I appreciate
Anytime.
Get a hold of her if you have some ideas. I mean, I would love to help with the cause. It really is really shitty.
I would too. If I can do anything with my knife, let me know, because
take somebody out.
I don't think I can say that.
I know.
Could you imagine? You've listened to the show for long enough. Could you imagine Brian stabbing somebody? Could you imagine how freaked out he would get? He would just like spontaneously combust, basically.
I'm a knife guy now.
He would
on.
just have an anxiety attack that would make the top of his head pop off of his fucking skull.
Don't tell anybody that I'm a coward with my knife. I have a knife now. I'm a knife guy.
You got to use it. That's the only reason you got it, was to use it.
Yes. Stab, 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 stab.
But, like, then you'd be upset. You'd be upset that you got blood on your expensive shirt.
That's true. I don't want any blood on my
He was
stuff.
like, I'm not a fucking knife guy anymore. I paid a ton for this hoodie, man. It's fucking ruined.
The knife I got looks real good with my hoodie, though. That's the thing. It looks good with my clothes. So that's the nice
That's the
thing.
important thing.
Yeah. Well, thanks for calling in, Kiara. It's good to hear from you.
Yes,
For
thanks.
sure. Later.
Thanks for
Later.
your input.
Later, Daddy. Where's my knife at?
Our tattoo guy Dave has been posting a lot about this new bill, and you know, I don't know if it's going to get traction, but it certainly lets you know where their head is at.
Yeah, what they're working on, what their project is right now.
They've noticed that everybody's online, and all of a sudden, you know, titty pictures are worth $5, you know, and now they want to stop that.
Yeah, and they're also doing the whole like that streaming as a felony thing. Did you see that?
Yeah,
like
that's part of it too.
Where they threw that in a stimulus bill, where they were just like, "Yeah, piracy's a felony now," and it's like, "Fuck you, man! You can't do
We
that."
don't have any money. We don't have money to pay for shit. If I'm signing on to my fucking phone to Twitch to watch a movie, just feel pity for me.
Yeah.
Don't punish me. Just feel bad for me.
Yeah.
I'm low right now. I got nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to watch these goddamn movies, man. They're not even making any movies at this point. You know?
I mean, and we said this a million times. As soon as I had money, I just paid for the movies. Like, I just pull up my Apple remote, I say the name of the movie, and they say, you have an app that plays the movie, or we need $5 to play the movie. I just do the $5 if that's what it takes.
That's how I've been.
But I stole everything I possibly could until this point.
Yeah, I'm sort of with you. Like, I haven't pirated any movies in a few years. I've gotten actually out of practice and bad at it.
Yeah. You need VPNs now?
Yeah, I don't want to get a VPN either. I'm too fucking lazy, you know? Too lazy to get a VPN. Let's take one more before we go to break. I can't see you. One more, yeah. Let's take one more before we go to break.
Okay. Thanks for calling Street Fight. Who are we talking to tonight?
They can see your hand now. Hey, what's up? Who's this?
Hello.
Hey.
Oh my God, is this me?
Yeah, this is you. Who's this?
No.
Hey. Shit. Hi, this is Sam.
Hey, Sam, how's it going?
Oh, it's going. So this is my first time calling. I've been listening for I'm sorry. Okay, shit. My feet are in the way. I've been listening for a couple years now.
Awesome.
I'm a little drunk, so I wanted to get a little tipsy before calling.
Perfect. So am I.
One thing, though, I wanted to say that today is a very special day for me. Today is my 1 year off of heroin.
Oh, hey, that's
congratulations.
great. Congratulations. I know how hard that is to pull off.
It's tough.
So, no detox, no rehab. I did it all by myself, and I'm so fucking excited and happy.
That is wild.
It's a good milestone.
Right?
That's wild because I had to do detox for opiates. Like I had to go do a detox.
I know.
And I was barely I was sort of on like probably, I don't know, 50 to 80 milligrams of Vicodin a day and sometimes more.
Well, I remember you talking about like you being on a job and just being like in this person's basement and then just having like this panic attack because you were like, oh shit, fuck. I'm like totally addicted to this shit. Like I'm like physically like dependent on this, like fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. And like I remember that. And like it's the coolest feeling ever to not feel that anymore.
Yeah.
And I just hit 365 days.
That's incredible. It's so hard to do. People out there know how hard it is to do, and people that are listening know how hard it is, how hard it is to do, and like not, rehab isn't for everybody either. I mean, they probably would have said something to you about drinking. They probably would have said something to you about, because they were so irritated with me because I wouldn't tell them like, hey, I might drink again. I might smoke some weed sometime. I don't know. I am not going to live a life not doing the things that I want to do,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I drank some wine, two bottles?
No, you have not.
Okay. I drank maybe a bottle by myself.
I have something I'd like to say about the concept. My name's Joey. I'm with Sam. One of my really wise friend once told me that he was like, Joey, drugs make a great slave, but a terrible master.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think about that?
But like in terms of like
but there's certain drugs that you can't. Yeah. Sorry.
They're
Sorry.
Very loud. You're yelling in my ear.
You can just that like I guess I'm trying to think of what that means. Like
no, I agree. I think that I have fumble around with all kinds of substances, but I'm not trying to rely on them constantly. Weed is, my regular medication. But yeah, for sure, when it comes to the hard stuff, you can't just always you can't always go to cocaine, heroin, Molly, any of the stuff that makes you feel like shit the next day. You can't do that all the time. It's a fun birthday thing maybe, but, and some of it doesn't work. I was actually thinking about Dave Mustaine in his book. He writes about, he was a heroin addict as well, and he went through AA, but he still drinks wine. And he says he gets a lot of shit from people that said he's not sober. And he was like, I had a problem with heroin. If I drank, well, the problem was I would drink some wine and then I would say, let's call the heroin guy. And then I would ruin my life over the next week. I found how to not call the heroin guy anymore. So that is a win for me. So I'm going to live my life without doing that. So, and 1 year is, it's the beginning of a whole lifetime. But 1 day is hard to get through. 1 year is an accomplishment. So, so I'm glad to hear.
I'll tell you that first 3 weeks of detoxing, just like by myself, like not with any help in any like detox center or anything, like Kratom and CBD was the only thing that really got me through it. And I tell you, it fucking sucked. But if anybody that's listening is going through the same thing, I tell you, it's fucking worth it. It's so worth it. You know what I'm doing now? I'm fucking rock climbing. I'm like, okay, all I've done so far is rock climbing, but I have a lot of things on my list. And I'm happy now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you've got a whole new life ahead of you. Yeah, and I think it's like you don't want to do. Brian did have a similar thing, and I think it makes sense to me where AA doesn't work for a lot of people. The success rates for Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous is very low. People aren't going to be sober for the rest of their lives. But if you can get somebody off of fucking pills and cocaine and the hard stuff, and if they just drink and have weed, I think that's a success. Like I think that we discount that way too much. We tell people that if if they can hold down a job and drink a bottle of wine and smoke some weed on the weekend, they're a failure. And I think that's the wrong way to go about it. There isn't a system set up. There isn't a system set up for people that need to transition into something else. You know, I'm somebody that has to be fucked up all the time too. That's my life. Like, I've built a life around me being fucked up, and that's just how it's going to go. I don't see myself bargaining with anybody.
Brett, you're also not doing heroin or
True.
meth or cocaine. You know,
Well,
you're like doing kratom and smoking weed and drinking and
maybe some cocaine.
and the occasional cocaine. You know, whatever.
It's my slave, not my master.
Yeah, and it is
exactly.
Exactly.
And I don't mean, when I say that, I don't mean to glorify drugs by any means. But what I'm saying is, like, if you, like, this guy, he's super ADHD, and he's kind of like a savant. He has like 3 degrees, he's working on a PhD, like works with lions in Africa, like, and he comes back and he like rollerblades at 3 a.m. and studies at the local college, applying for jobs 24/7, and like, he does a bump of coke to study better sometimes, and he's totally functional, and like, he's just like, if you can. I'm not glorifying drugs. Maybe I am. I'm gonna stop talking.
No, I worry about it too.
You know what I mean?
No, I don't want it to. I mean, it should be
Yeah.
good. No, it should be good. It shouldn't be sad. It shouldn't be miserable. Your life shouldn't be falling apart from it. It should be like a smiley thing when you do them.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
And yeah, I mean, it should be something that, like, if you can do it, if you can make it your slave, then enjoy it, enjoy it. But if you can't, and you go through what I went through with dope, like fuck it.
Yeah.
Smoke weed, drink wine, whatever. Like, pop an Adderall. I don't give a shit. Like, it's just, I could have totally died multiple times, and like, that's why, like, a year ago yesterday, I like fucking woke up in my car while it was still running, like, trying to call my job, like, an hour later. Like, I just was asleep in my car running for an hour.
Well, yeah,
holding my phone.
And I agree. I agree. Like, I lost somebody that I know from coke last year, and it was like a really big wake up call. It was one of those things where, like, when you want to talk to your kids about the reality of drugs and stuff, it's like, some of these substances, like, you have to just accept that you're going to die when you do them. Like, you have to just be okay with this being the last time you be alive. And it's kind of a fucked up way to think. Like, it's not a good place to be when you're like, I don't care if this bump has fentanyl in it or if this is a hot shot. But, you know, you still can find yourself there. But, you know, the more you play around with it and you know, the state of the game these days with fentanyl is just so fucking outrageous. I've lost too many people now where it just is like, you have to adjust. You can't be in it. You're gonna die. If you're addicted to heroin, you're gonna die from that shit. You know?
Right. That's the scariest part of it, because like a year ago, almost like a little bit over a year ago, my cousin died, and I thought he was shooting it up. I found out that he was just snorting it, and that's what I was doing.
Right.
And I was like, oh my God, he died from just snorting it. And like, that's when like it really hit it hit me. And it was maybe like 2 or 3 weeks later where I was finally like, okay, I can't do this anymore. But like, it scared the shit out of me. Like, I've lost, you know, everybody has been affected by it, you know?
Yes.
And to like realize that, like, you know, those few times where I've been woken up with like my sinuses completely draining out of my head, like, that was me like overdosing. Like, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah. You have to, I mean, you really have to take stock in your existence and like what you want to do with your life. It's a one-time thing. We got here, and death will bring us peace, but there's no reason to keep edging ourselves to the line of death, you know?
Yeah, and I'm finally at a place in my life where I can like, where I'm actually like excited to like be alive, you know?
Great.
Like, I'm not just thinking like, what is the fucking point of all of this? Like, why are we here? I'm just gonna like grow old and die and just have nothing in my past. But now I'm finally at a place where I can like be excited for things.
That's wonderful.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, after this phone call, I'm going to go fucking drive to the beach, you know? Well, I'm not going to drive.
Yeah,
He's
you're
gonna
not going to drive, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a bad. I would have been like, well, that's not a good way to end the call.
Non-drunk person is going to drive. Drunk person is going to ride.
Made a driver, right?
And be really excited to just be on the beach at night randomly. You know,
fun.
like, fuck yeah.
That sounds great.
Adventures.
Yeah, enjoy life, you know, that kind of stuff, you know, it's not, it really doesn't replace the experiences that you can actually have. You know, when you're like holed up, passed out in your car, on your couch or whatever it is, it can't really replace the simple things in life, you know.
Well, hey, the first time I went rock climbing was the most euphoric I've ever felt, the highest I've ever been. So
that's what you got to find.
You got to go free solo now. You got to go solo. You got to
don't throw that out there.
Kick that harness off. Then you'll really feel alive.
At least I started in the wintertime. Come on.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much.
And thank you for calling. Congratulations, and have a great evening.
Yeah, we appreciate the call.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much.
Wish
All
you
right,
the
love
best.
you guys.
Happy New Year. All right. Well, you're ready for break. I gotta pee. He's walking hunched over to the restroom. We'll be back after the break. We've got a few more to go. If you're in the queue right now, we will get to you. This week we've got music from Maul, M-A-U-L. They're out of Fargo, North Dakota. Hell yeah. The shit bangs. It's heavy metal, death metal shit from the Midwest, which is the best place. They said, if you're looking for music for tonight's call-in show, here's heavy metal from Fargo, North Dakota. Oh, this is from Alfdevelle, or whatever. How do you say it in German? Alfdevelle. One of our longtime listeners, friends, family of Street Fight, recommended this. So this is Maul. You can find them at mall701.bandcamp.com. We're going to take a break, and we'll get to your calls after that. We're Street Fight. Peace.
God saw what any of us did that night. He didn't seem to mind.
Oh.
From then on, I knew. God doesn't make the world this way.
We do.
We're back. We are back, as you just heard me say, we're back in a questioning tone. It's Brian. We're back from break. It's been a fun show so far. Brett is doing something. I think Brett's doing a dab right now. So, out of the old nectar collector. Got a little burp there. This Tuesday at 9 o'clock, me and Chris James will be talking about Shock Jock videos on our Twitch stream. You'll get to see the video of the men we've been talking about. We got Mancow's sizzle reel for his TV show, which is, Mancowish. And we got Mancow going to Satan's Woods. We got we're gonna take a look at Greg Shells, a Anthony Cumia video describing what it's like to work with Greg Opie Hughes, and then we're gonna watch some of Greg Opie Hughes's streams, which are beach scenes while Opie says annoying things. Basically, gonna get a lot of Opie in there to annoy Chris. I like it when Chris is annoyed, and that's very fun for me. So I think that's going to be a pretty fun show. It'll be funny. The videos I have set up have some very funny looking people on them because shock jocks are inherently funny looking people. I mean, if you think Howard Stern looks funny, then just wait till you see Mancow. And I think it's something that you can enjoy. And so come on there. Help us raise some money. We want some new equipment. I have some static in my headphones, so it would be nice to have new cords and stuff like that. And also, I just want to do it. I just want to have fun and do something with my buddy.
Also, you can't stream video games at your house.
I can't stream video games at my house.
So we have to get you a new computer for your house.
So we have to get me a new computer for my house.
With a better bus speed.
With better bus speed. So I can bust on the stream. So
I'll try to play some games on stream. I got some good ones too. I got Yakuza for Christmas and I got Bloodborne for Christmas, which I know are both hits, and I really want to dive in.
Bloodborne and Yakuza.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. I'm sure you will enjoy that. I
want to do like a wake and bake thing where I just get up and play video games and I say it's my job. That seems like a good idea, doesn't it?
That would be nice. I was
like, tell my wife it's my job. Sorry.
And on that call in, on that Shock Jock special, you'll be able to call in and talk to me and Chris, and that'll be fun too. People seem to really want to talk about Shock Jocks with us, and this is your chance. This is your chance to talk shock stuff, shock comedy. We'll have some guests on there. It's going to be a really good time. Let's get to these calls.
We got a few more to go. Thanks for calling Straight Fight. Who are we talking to tonight?
Hey, what's up, fellas? This is Terry in D.C.
What's up, Terry? How you doing today?
Doing real well. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up?
Hello? All right, sorry, just switched the headphone. Yeah, doing real well. Hope you guys had a Merry Christmas. Had a quick story for y'all. Just wanted to share something funny I saw today. So I was downtown. I was in D.C. and the local anti-fascists were having a sort of community outreach picnic today, which was sweet. It was good. It was Soup for the Family was the name of the event, and they had put up a bunch of flyers, pasted them up, all over the Capitol Hill neighborhood. And, as tends to happen, if you promote something like that, if you put up flyers that say DC Antifa meet and greet, you're going to likely attract some unwanted attention to that.
Sure.
And so we had it on, there were people who had it on good authority, some sort of intelligence, that there were going to be infiltrators attempting to dox. And when soon after it started, there were these two young guys who were George Mason students. And Brett, having lived in Northern Virginia, I'm sure you'll agree with me, right off the bat, red flag.
Yeah, that's a concern.
George Mason. Yeah, that's a concern. But
yeah, Northern Virginia, anything is a concern.
Oh yes, that's Raytheon Heights.
Exactly.
But one of these guys, he young guy, he had like a military buzz cut, and he was wearing a Sons of Anarchy jacket.
Like with a cut?
I don't know. What's that?
Like with a cut on the back?
It wasn't like an actual like biker leather
Okay,
jacket.
okay.
It was just, but I mean, it had like a big, Sons of Anarchy patch on the back.
Like
of
a
it.
rocker patch?
And so like...
Yeah, go ahead.
What's that?
Go ahead.
Yeah,
sorry.
but like, everyone was basically staring at these guys the entire time, extremely sus. But just if that was some fascist way of infiltrating, it's one of the top 5 funniest things I've ever seen. If that was his undercover costume, how do you do, fellow anarchists?
Well, maybe they know about Street Fight being an Antifa show, and we did review Sons of Anarchy as like a big episode. Maybe they were like, yeah, Street Fight, they love Sons of Anarchy, when we were really just making fun of it,
So yeah, that was all I had. It made me laugh out loud, and I immediately thought of you guys because Sons of Anarchy, being a Street Fight thing.
Maybe you could have.
That was all I had.
Maybe you could have talked to him and said like, well, "What did you think about when they killed Opie?" Or like, what? How'd you like the Irish season?
Yeah. I only got through like the second season. I didn't. So I would have been exposed even quicker than him if I had tried to go down that route.
You could have said Henry Rollins, right? That character was terrible. Well, so that's great.
That's all I got. Hope you guys had a great holiday.
Yeah, thanks.
Take care.
Thanks for calling. Yeah.
Henry Rollins was the Nazi guy, right?
Henry Rollins was a Nazi, yes.
Yeah, I think that would be good. I guess that would be the way to handle that, is just be like, what do you think about that Henry Rollins character?
Yeah.
Like, were you into that at all?
Do you think he was the good guy?
Do you think he kind of had a point?
Yeah. You think that his politics were good? Because they're not. But I'm willing to hear you out now that you're a Sons of Anarchy fan. Can we just talk about Sons of Anarchy? That last season was a slog, wasn't it?
Yeah. Let's dish.
Yeah. Let's get this next call in.
Thanks for calling Street Fight. Who are we talking to tonight?
Hey, this is Liam from Lansing, Michigan.
What's up, Liam? How's it going?
Good. How are you? This is my first time calling in. I'm at home for winter break, and my parents are asleep, and just calling from my room. Brian, I saw you on Twitter. You're becoming a knife guy, are you?
I am. I'm playing with my knife as we do the show. So if you're watching on the stream, you see me popping my knife open and doing stabby motions and then popping it open again. I'm trying to get good at it.
Oh yeah. I just switched tabs on my laptop. Well, it turns out my grandpa he's a retiree. He used to clear houses for auction, and he found knives and old bottle openers. And he dumped off a bunch of them just a few weeks ago. And I have a few of the good ones laying around, and I saw your interest pop up in knives, and I figure I'll send you one sometime.
Oh.
I'll make sure to add something in for Brett.
Oh, Brett would like a knife.
I like knives too.
Yeah,
I'll stab someone.
Brett would be a knife guy.
Yeah, I have a few good ones. I mean, there's a few with like just serious bites out of them, but I'll pick out the better ones. But on another hand, so I worked this past summer at a landscaping job, and they were really hard-ass about being on time, like as normal jobs are. And like one example is like on my last day, my coworker, like they say to be there at 8, clock in at 8 or before, and it turned fucking 8:01, and he was 50 feet away from the clock in, and the boss had him written up.
Oh no!
For 1 minute
See,
late.
that's not. That always just made me feel so. I just felt so disrespected as a person when they did that kind of stuff to me.
Yeah, it was not cool of them, and I mean, like that job as a whole was just such a eye opener into like the small business tyranny. Like I've almost every one of my jobs except for like 2 of them have been for small businesses.
Yeah,
and that was by far and away the worst one because they say to be there. Like clock in by 8, be there 5 minutes early. Like we ship out for the day at 8. Like those motherfuckers don't leave till 8:30 at the earliest. Like,
No.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, any of those like blue collar jobs where you're supposed to leave at a certain time, you grab ass in the office for a half hour at least before you leave.
Oh yeah, I was doing that all the time. I was grabbing suckers from the front office, and it was I fucked around as much as I could from that job. But I have one more thing to kind of. So yeah, and I was talking to my parents about that, and they're like, I can't. They're liberals, and they were like, yeah, I can't agree with you on that one. Like you got to be on time. 5 to 10 minutes early each time, and I don't know, like.
It's just not acceptable, man. I have a mental illness that makes it so that I can't be on time for anything. So if I show up 1 minute late, like, you just got to accept that. Like, if everybody else wants to resent me for it, I guess, but I can also just do the job 60 seconds after you started, and then we could just be okay with this. There's just it doesn't work. If you have a group of people, if I have a group of people and I want to get something done and I set a time for it, I don't think everyone's going to be there on time. That's never been the case. That's never been a repeatable thing in my life. That everyone would be on time. And
yeah,
1 hour makes a big deal. 1 minute is nothing.
Yeah, they were complete dicks, and don't even like. What pissed me off even more is I was able to look up after I left like how much PPP money they got, and I think it turns out they got at least like around 1 to 200 grand, and like what did I see like on my last couple days at the job? But 2 or 3 brand spanking new, like Ford, like these are F4 and 550s, like, and all souped up with a nice aftermarket beds and hydraulic lifts and like, super crew extended cab. Like I looked those up, they're at least like $40K.
Yeah, got the Rhino liner.
I'm sitting exactly, and I'm sitting here getting $10.50 an hour.
And they think that you're stealing a minute from them. They're going to come after you for a minute. One sliver, 1 minute out of 60 for $8 that you're there for.
Yeah, they need to get that. I can't work out the math in my head.
A quarter, 1 quarter. Like you just throw a fucking quarter at them and tell them to shut up. Shut up. Here's a quarter. That's what it cost you.
Here's your quarterback, fucker.
Yeah. Honestly, for Christ's sake, like.
If you made a quarter a minute, that's more. That has to be more than fucking minimum wage. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's good. Their kids work for them. They're college age, and the younger kid drives a Tesla. And actually, she actually totaled it. Thankfully, she was unhurt, but Daddy's getting her a new one. And the older kid, drives a 2016. He drove a 2016 souped up Wrangler, and when I was leaving the job, he was selling it, to get probably a 2021 one, and it's just, we don't see a lick.
They're
of,
so goddamn arrogant.
all the work we put in.
That's the thing. That's what sucks about all small business owners. They're so fucking arrogant. You know how much their car payment is. You know the car they pull up in. Everybody knows what's going on here. We can all see this. We aren't stupid. Like it's not a mystery. We don't like. Oh, I wonder how you got that brand new fucking truck. We know. Everybody knows here. Like we're all grown ups, but you get to treat me like shit because I'm an employee. Like I can't say anything about it.
Right. Yeah, and I'll leave you guys on this last point I have. Like I was working with some of the guys who were, oh god, they'd been in the company since it was founded, like in '95, and they have all sorts of gripes, and I wanted to. I was like, it was at the tip of my tongue, say you. And by the way, they do make a decent living. Like it's not, but they could do better. Like, I was fighting the urge to just tell them to fight for more stake in the company, fight for some ownership of it. Like those guys have been in that company working their asses off for decades, and I don't think they've seen, even a fraction of the payment or their worth realized.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like everybody's pitching in on these projects, and then the most of the money is going to the boss.
I mean, yeah, simple math right there. Well,
but I don't know. That's just the state of things. I don't know how we get outside of it. That is why small business tyrants exist as a term, is because they can just do whatever the fuck they want, and they're killing it. Some of them are doing really well and making it work right now.
Well, one way they do that is not pay their employees shit and then keep all the money for themselves.
That's the best way to do things right now.
Yeah, and I said last point was my last, but this will be my last point. They were not hurting from the pandemic. We were working full capacity. The boss said, yeah, I have too many people working for me right now. Shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to let these last callers in. I hope you guys had a very happy, warm, and safe holidays season. And I'll sharpen up those knives for you guys and send them your way. I mean, I'm probably going to try to add a couple small crafts of my own. Keep them the surprise under wraps, but
yeah,
sweet.
Really looking forward to calling in much more.
Yeah, cool.
Please do. Yeah.
Anytime.
Thanks for calling in. We appreciate it. Have a good night.
Yeah, have a good night.
Anytime. You too. Bye-bye.
Yeah, 1 minute is just, that's one of those, it's just maddening when they're like, well, in the system you can't be 1 minute late, and it's like, but why does that matter? What can I appeal to you as a human being right now? And they're like, no, because the system says 1 minute late is an occurrence.
Yeah. Yeah. 1 minute late that's 7 minutes is the lowest amount of grace period to me.
I thought 5. We had 5.
Yeah, I say 7, but
Thanks for calling Street Fight. Who are we talking to tonight? A skeleton.
Oh no.
Hello.
Hey, coming to us from beyond the grave.
Hey, what's up? Who's this?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
This is Lucas from Lebanon, Ohio.
Oh, cool. What's up? How's it going?
Pretty good. Yeah, I'll make it quick. I know you guys are getting off soon, but I just wanted to mention the drunk street fighter that calls in every once in a while. I'm a big fan.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't know. I just want to make sure he comes back.
Yeah, I hope he's okay. We haven't heard from him in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Call back in, buddy.
Yeah, I was also talking to Threat on Instagram a little bit ago about The Wire.
Yeah.
And I've just been getting really into that shit lately. I don't know. I would just definitely recommend it to anybody.
Yeah, it's a very good show.
The
I
Wire?
recommend it too. The Wire is good.
Yeah.
It's a classic for a reason. You know, there's so many incredible characters in it, and lots of moments that still make me tear up thinking about it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just feel like it kind of shows like crime. You know, it being like independent of whatever like the law is trying to do.
Yeah, for sure. It shows what the judicial system's interested in and what the cops are interested in doing. And you know, there's problems with any kind of entertainment, but like it does show how cynical the whole thing is, which is an important lesson for people to get.
Right.
It does it does an all right job of just making some sort of empathetic appeal to people as far as what the drug game is like and who actually is involved. You know, it's still something I have to fight with everybody in my life to think that like a shooting in the Hilltop or in Linden, you know, was a tragedy. You know, they think that all those people deserved it or that they're just gangbangers and all this stuff, and they have no compassion, you know, for the what we've given people as, you know, the only option to survive, you know.
Yeah. That's well said.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, that's pretty much all I wanted to say.
Nice.
let you guys go.
Thanks for calling.
Yeah, The Wire kicks
it.
it. You know,
The Wire slaps.
Sure. I mean, well, there's already like a fucking 100 people in the comments that have reasons why it sucks and stuff.
Yeah, I understand. I mean,
sure. Yeah.
I mean,
Go ahead.
You know, it glorifies cops a little bit too much, but
Yep.
I mean, it's also a show.
Yeah, it's a TV show.
It's a TV show. Every show's about cops.
Right, especially in the mid 2000s. Like,
yeah.
I think McNulty was an asshole, though. I never thought that guy was good. I always thought he was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I think some people I know really identified with that kind of. That's butt rock people that like McNulty.
Yeah. For sure.
You
But,
just
guys
feel
that are
like-
into Five Finger Death Punch also like McNulty.
Right, you just feel like you're a loser and that's your destiny is to fuck everything up.
damn.
Yeah.
I'm in season 4 right now, so I'm not sure how the show ends up. But
What?
You know, he reforms a little bit.
Yeah, you're in
in a
for
good
surprise.
season.
Yeah, you're in for a surprise. Season 4 is Is that you're doing the school one right now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
With
that's my
Dookie?
favorite season, I would say.
Yeah, it's a good
I
one.
could definitely see myself going back and rewatching it. You know, just
Yeah.
like separately, just season 4.
Yeah, I've considered rewatching that show.
It's over Sopranos for me. It's more important.
Same here.
And you know, once again, just an entertainment, just a TV show thing. But at the same time, it really does get down some of those moments of, like when you do the Amsterdam stuff and like just hanging out in a drug house where everybody's just doing drugs together, and you know, like that's why we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, some people are McNulty fans. Like, I'm more of a Bubbles guy, personally.
Yeah, Bubbles is great.
Yeah, Bubbles is good.
Bubs is good.
I'm a Bubs
He's
fan.
the more. I mean, he checks McNulty for his like selfish ways. I think
He does.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I think he checks all of them, honestly. Which is like, you know, he's squeezing the money out of them. He knows what he can get as a CI.
Yeah, for sure. And he doesn't really give them anything. So
he gets paid.
Right.
Yeah, he just gets paid. Well, thanks for calling. Yeah, The Wire is good. Check it out.
Yeah, I like The Wire. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to think anything bad about it because there's no reason. It was, you know, it's fun to watch.
Yeah, it's old too.
Yeah.
I mean, David
What about-
Simon is a dipshit, but
Yeah, but who cares?
yeah, I don't care. I like the show.
How about I not investigate the person that made a good show? How about I
Yeah.
just watch a good show instead?
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you, man.
How about
I'm with
Treme?
you.
Where are you on Treme?
I didn't like it.
Okay.
But that's just the kind of guy I am, though.
Why?
I don't know. I just didn't like that one. It's slow. It's
Okay.
slower than The Wire.
I liked Treme when it came out. I never finished it though.
Yeah. Well, thanks for calling in, buddy.
Thanks for reminding
Good
us
call.
about The Wire. Some people forgot about The Wire.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling Street Fight. Who we talking to tonight? Are you a ghoul, a
Hello?
ghost, or a...
Hello, who's this?
Hi. My name is Bree. I'm from Maine. They, them are the pronouns. That matters.
Okay.
How's it going tonight?
It matters to us.
Okay, how are
Yeah,
you? It does matter.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, it's going fine right now. So, I mean, I mean, I just went through a pretty bad ordeal this Christmas that I just thought I'd call in about.
Okay, what happened?
Bad ordeals. I like bad
I mean,
ordeals. I'd like to hear about it.
Yeah. I mean, it changed my life, I guess. It gave me a new outlook on things. So, I mean, yeah, I, excuse me, the weekend before Christmas, I was buying a pickup truck from a guy in Pennsylvania, just north of Philly, over Facebook.
Uh-huh.
And that's not where the story went. Well, I mean, it's the cause of the story, but
It's a good start of a song or something.
Yeah, this time, but so me and I had a friend from Virginia that I met online, and who's also trans, non-binary person, and we decided to make a little road trip down to buy it, and so we did that. They showed up on Friday, and we were on our way down, and we were running out of gas in New Jersey, and we went into like a small town. I think it was called Clinton. Like, it was like 3 a.m., nobody around. But because of COVID, all the gas stations are closed. So when we failed to find a gas station, we just decided, let's head back out on the highway and see what town we find next, you know. But before we could do that, we got pulled over for some reason.
Oh.
Turns out we like made an unsafe lane change, quote unquote.
God.
But like, it turned into a whole ordeal. It was like 3 a.m., you know, and
Yep.
this person that I went down there with, their registration was actually suspended, and they didn't think it was a big deal.
Yeah.
They had gotten pulled over for it before in like Colorado. They're big into road trips, so they've been all around the country.
Yeah.
Just driving around, looking at sightseeing. You know, not going near anyone right now because of the virus. But the cop in Colorado said it was no big deal, but these cops were like completely different. So they gave them a search warrant or some shit, like a piece of paper that said, you don't have to sign this, but if you do, you know, we can search your car. And they were intimidated enough. They had never experienced anything like that before. They'd been told to get out of their car during a traffic stop. So, you know, I was in the car waiting for them. And they didn't think they had anything to hide. So they're like, you know, if I say no to this, they're just going to think I'm suspicious. So I'll say yes. So they did this without my consent. But
God damn
yeah,
it!
It's exactly what you're not supposed to do. So they went in the car. The cops went in the car. They called for backup, by the way, and they checked all my shit. Like, put my underwear, like pulled out my underwear and shit.
Ugh.
And like at that point, you know, I was wearing a dress, and they definitely saw like bras and makeup in there. But I mean, I'm also white, so I mean, I feel like I was profiled a little bit, but like not. I don't know. It's too rough. It's too tough to say. But I mean, it's still like we were both like young kids, both kind of look like stoners, so, you know. But they did find my weed, so
yeah,
that wasn't fun. But then they also found one of those. It's like an extendable baton, like cops sometimes use them. And in some states, that's an illegal weapon, including New Jersey. So that's apparently reserved for law enforcement in the state of New Jersey. So they arrested us. They didn't cuff us, but they did escort us back to the police station. We were in for hours, got mug shots and fingerprints. They have this little touch screen thing that like barely works. And they have to do like all your fucking fingers and like your palm and the side of your hand. And they were just like, and I was just like, man, this is the worst episode of Law and Order I've ever seen. And this cop laughed a little bit. I thought maybe if you can get them to laugh, sometimes they'll let you off. But no, I mean, I got off easy with the drug. It's just a municipal drug charge because New Jersey just legalized pot.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I couldn't really do much about that.
Right.
But the other person, like driving without a registration, you know, illegal weapon, which is like, I don't know, they were doing some research and there's like a way that they can get it to count as a felony. They like said, you could face up to 18 months in prison for that, But it's like, I don't know. I got a bunch of people to Venmo me some money to try to pay for this stuff, and really, we got off pretty clean. I have a piece of paper now that says my name versus the state of New Jersey, which I think is hilarious.
That's funny.
That's the funniest sentence my name has ever been put in.
Yeah, no, I mean, I got a weed charge, and I also was like really enjoyed that I got that. It was like, I guess other people will be embarrassed by it, but I think it really improves my stature in the community.
Yeah, I mean, white privilege played a lot into this because, like, if we were anyone else, we'd be like either dead or in prison, But it's like two nerdy kids with no criminal record.
Yeah,
kind of punks, but we're like really nice and weren't belligerent. So it's like, yeah, whatever. Well, so they're doing fine. So I got the PA. We that ruined our night. We had to stay at a hotel rather than going all the way down to Virginia. But it worked out. I bought the truck and had a nice weekend. But then I drove it back. And because it was a private seller, no plates, no registration, no nothing. So I was trying to drive pretty careful. I knew I had the bill of sale and the valid title that we'd all signed, so I figured there was nothing to worry about. But after visiting my family in New York and driving through like southern New York, I got pulled over again. I mean, it was in the dead of night, like the best time to encounter cops. And I'm not gonna lie, I love this new truck. So I was driving it pretty fast, and there's like, I'm from Maine. All the highways are like, 70 or 80 is the speed limit. I've never fucking seen a highway that was 55. Like, that's a backcountry road for me.
Yeah, New Jersey and New York.
It's like the worst two places. But this time they were staties. State troopers pulled me over. They have red lights for some fucking reason. I thought it was an ambulance that was following me. Like, why am I getting pulled over by an ambulance? It's like, no, state police. And I got fucking ties on. It's two just like young, like frat boy looking motherfuckers. So I thought I had nothing to worry about. I kind of expected this to happen, but it turns out I didn't know this at the time, but my license was suspended like 2 months ago. No fucking clue.
It's a horror movie.
No fucking clue. I think this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. No, and the Turnpike Authority fucking sent me like, a letter about something for not like paying tolls and stuff or something like that, and it said like the registration on my old vehicle was suspended. I'm like, okay, that vehicle's trashed and gone now, so I guess I have nothing to worry about. I don't know. I'm fucking 24. I don't know this shit.
Yeah, this is how they teach you.
Works. But anyway, exactly. This is how you learn. You don't fucking learn this in school, or your parents never teach you. But it's like, no, like, so because of that, they had the right to just totally fuck me over for driving a car, no license, no plates, no insurance, no nothing. They tried to guilt trip me by saying like, if we let you go right now, we could get in a lot of trouble. If you we're just looking out for you, man. If you get in a car crash, your car's got no insurance, So we just we don't want you to fucking, we don't want that to happen to you. But it fucked me up even more because they call a tow company. They impound my truck. My fucking 2004 Toyota Tacoma that I just fucking bought. I was super excited about it. Been waiting for like 5 months to fucking get behind the wheel of this thing. And the tow truck driver, my only option, I had nowhere else to fucking stay. And I told him I have nowhere else to be. No one can come help me. I'm miles from anyone I know. I've never heard of this fucking town before. It was in Wurtsboro, New York. It's like middle of nowhere, like fucking.
Sounds made up.
Like the nearest city was like Poughkeepsie, which is like miles away. But this the tow truck driver wasn't wearing a mask. And so for the next few days, I spent like 3 days. What was going to be just like a 1-day trip from Virginia to Maine turned into like fucking 3-day ordeal to like get back home to try to visit my family before Christmas, which is what I was planning to do. I was staying pretty COVID safe before this, but not any fucking more. I actually couldn't visit my family on Christmas because I'm too terrified of giving them fucking the disease because I was exposed to so much shit. But I spent the night in 2 different hotels, smoked like at least 3 packs of cigarettes, I'd say. I was drunk for, I think, every night that this happened, but I made my way out okay. I think I stayed at 2 different hotels. Got a deal that was like $600 to get my truck towed back to Maine because it's the only way I can fucking get it back from these fucking people. And they charge $75 a day to keep that there, so that's another $600.
Yeah.
So I took a lift from fucking Middleton to Poughkeepsie, and then I got on a train, and the only way for me to fucking get to anywhere close to Maine, which is Boston, was to take a fucking train into New York fucking City. So into Grand Central Station. I've only ever been to New York City once in my fucking whole life. I had to go there, and then I stayed at Penn Station until fucking 3 a.m. on Christmas Eve, waiting for the train to Boston. And then as soon as that came, I got on the train to Boston, fell asleep on the train, got up at like 8 a.m., and then got on another Amtrak back to Maine and was finally home. And then I get all the way home, and my parents say, we don't want you visiting because you've been to fucking New York City. I'm like, I understand. So, yeah, that's how the New York State Police stole Christmas. And I'm unemployed, and I had almost nothing before that. Like, the money I got for the truck was like shit. I like begged family members before and like got from a an insurance thing in a car accident I was in my previous vehicle. So like I got nothing. So I mean,
yeah,
I don't know. I mean,
you got everything.
I hear people calling in. Yeah,
I think you got.
That's true, I guess.
You know what? Here's what I'm going to say. You really you accomplished a lot, and you're a survivor, and you're at an age that's a decade beyond where I'm at. But I feel like you've got a very fulfilling and wonderful life ahead of you because you know how to just roll with the punches. I feel like that's the part of Street Fight is that we got the shit beat out of us when we were 24 and then came out on the other side. And I feel like you've encapsulated that. All that stuff sucks. Yeah. I do agree. This is how you learn not to get caught up, though. Like I said, you're not ever gonna repeat these things ever again in your life. This is the only way you learn them.
Argue with them, like know what your rights are. Like say, hey, you can't look through my bags unless I sign a piece of paper too.
Absolutely. That's a big part of it too. Yeah, you don't want to let them search. You just want to say no. Do you have grounds? You have to prove that you need to search. You can't let them into your world. Yeah. That is really funny though, because there are people that I've hung out with before that the cops have shown up and they were like, yeah, we've got nothing to hide, and it's like, hold on, I've got a lot to hide.
Yeah, I've got a
lot to hide. It's not there's a lot to hide over here. Quick. We have to do it quick.
Yeah. No, the only thing right now that I survived the fucking ordeal.
You got the epic bacon story.
Anyone?
You get to live your life.
It's a great story. The worst thing that happened to me at Penn Station, some guy tried to sell me crack. That's about it, and then I bought some weed off of him. He tried to get me to pay $50 for a gram.
No.
And I said that there's no way I'm doing that.
Yeah, what do you think I am?
Okay, never mind.
I'm not a fucking sucker. Was I born yesterday? No way. Am I paying $50 a gram?
Yeah, no. No, I managed to get him to go down and get some pretty good stuff from him. So that was all right. So it was good that I got that back. But really, I wanted to tell this story, but I also, before I go, I did set up a GoFundMe to pay for all this shit because I have rent.
Okay.
And I thought, I don't know. My Twitter is Snoopbird _3D. Yeah, at Snoopbird _3D, and the GoFundMe is pinned to the top of my feed. No one has to fucking follow me.
Snoopbird.
I don't know. I'm pretty desperate for cash right now. Yes. Capital S, capital B, 2 Ds. Snoopbird with 2 Ds _3D.
Please just say every letter. Say the letters. I don't know what you're saying.
SNOOPBIRDD _3D.
Yes, that is it. And you'll find the GoFundMe right on top.
Snoopbird
_
What's after the underscore?
3D.
3D, capital D, I guess. I don't know if caps matter.
No, they don't.
I can't find you.
Okay.
I can't believe Brett can't find you.
Snoodbird?
Snoop.
Snoop?
SNOOP.
Okay.
BIRDD.
2 Ds.
Yes.
All one word. 2 Ds. 2 Ds.
Underscore.
Underscore 3D. 3D.
Third dimension.
Yeah, yeah. It's like Wolfenstein 3D.
Oh, I love Wolfenstein. That was a big deal.
Wolfenstein 3D was very. I played that game. It was very hard.
I remember I had a buddy. We didn't have a computer at my house. He had a computer at his house, and he had Wolfenstein on it, and that was like. I would go. He sucked, but he had a computer that had Wolfenstein, so I would go do sleepovers at his house.
Oh yeah, I had so many friendships as kids that were just that. Like, this kid's an asshole, but he has Halo, so whatever.
Yeah, I can deal with it. He thinks he's better than me, but I get to play like Warcraft all night long, so I'll put up with the insults because he's pathetic.
Yeah.
All right, I found you, Snoop Bird. You know, I would honestly be doing the same thing. I think that in this day and age, it's really pretty incredible how far like $5 can go. And if someone's having like a crisis, you know, it's not like a constant situation, but, you know, whenever I needed $600, I would just go to a new payday advance place. Like, I would just get myself deeper in debt, or I would get myself in a worse situation. So I absolutely, you know, encourage you trying to fundraise for this thing. I eventually found you here, and I will share the GoFundMe on all of our social stuff and make sure people chip in. Thanks for calling.
Thanks for calling in.
I really appreciate that. 5 different fucking violations.
It sucks. I mean,
good night, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, have a good night.
Oh, sorry. Keep going.
No, I mean, the hard thing about the show is that, like, you know, we get to do the things that we do, but we suffered a lot, and we luckily washed out of working life, but everybody else is still doing working life, and, you know, there's not enough money to make life work when you're doing working life, you know? Like, when you're, if you just have to get an hourly wage, there's not enough money. You know?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, I know how that feels.
Well, thanks for calling in.
Well,
yeah, thanks for calling.
Yeah, you guys have a good night.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Yeah, I don't know. I like, it's just, I feel it's totally hopeless. I think this far in, I really want people to believe that there's going to be a different world, but I don't believe that myself. Like, I think it's just like it's all misery. It's all like, you know, I come up in front of misery every time I try to do things. But we can kind of share the same $5 over and over again and alleviate some of the tension. You know, like the what shaped Street Fight was our early years of being 20, kicked out of the house. Like, your parents don't like you for whatever reason, either politically or because they just have this weird boomer feeling about, you know, you need to make your own way, kick the bird out of their nest. And it was just beg, borrow, and steal. It was just really rip off your employers, like steal. That's the only way to get by is fucking steal.
Yes, I agree.
Stealing is the only sane option to regular life.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the median income and what people are making, what the households are making, you cannot get by without straight up jack moves.
Yeah.
You have to do something illegal to get ahead. And the highest echelons of society are rewarded for that stuff, for taking advantage of people, and we are subject to punishment for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I would not be where I'm at without fucking theft, fraud, and robbery.
Yeah, me too. I'm with you, man. I would not be anywhere near. I wouldn't be alive if I hadn't figured out how to steal and hustle.
And these charges, you know, just I bought a car in the middle of the night, and the government's getting taxes on that car.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna go pay for insurance and all this stuff, and nobody needs a license to drive a car, really. The people that are driving them want to be safe, and they do not want to crash them into anybody else.
Yeah.
So this person just bought this car, and they want to get home. Why is the law stopping that from happening? This seems like harassment.
Yeah, I actually had the same thing happen to me once. I got into a fucking accident, and the cops came, and they were like, you don't have your license. And it had been suspended for something. I don't know, a fucking ticket or some shit that I didn't pay, that I didn't know I had, that I didn't know it was suspended for. And that was a whole ordeal, man.
Yeah, that's their system, man. You should be able, fuck these licenses, man. If you can get behind the wheel of the car, you can drive it. Gwen's ass is driving a car, which is insane to me.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah,
a
drove
child.
here.
She's a kid.
I'm going to have her drive home
She's a fucking kid. My daughter can drive a car, I think.
Yeah.
She drives
maybe.
a go-kart.
Yeah.
But a regular car, she'd do fine. Thanks for calling Street Fight. Who are we talking to tonight?
Hello?
Hello? Who's this?
This is Sunshine in Yuji.
What's
And
up?
I just wanted.
Hello, Sunshine.
Oh, good things. Yeah. Oh, there were so many things that were brought up earlier tonight that I wanted to comment on, but I'm just going to go back to the thing that I called in to talk about, which is I want to celebrate helping two recently re-entering people who were just formerly incarcerated in Oregon getting their rent paid by a mutual org in Oregon. And I just want to celebrate that. And I called in to tell people about that.
Is there a way that people can donate to that mutual aid fund still?
I think they have like it's Lane County Mutual Aid is like sort of I think people on the inside found out about Lane County Mutual Aid, which is just a mutual aid. There's like mutual aid groups in every state, in every area, in every state in some capacity. So like, anyways, but there was a hunger strike in Lane County in like the March to May time period, sort of. And I'm wondering if there's a relationship between people on the inside finding out about this mutual aid group from that. Anyways, but it was really cool to be part of that. These two people getting their rent paid after just re-entering from prison. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's great.
Absolutely.
That's wonderful. It's good that you did that. That you were a part of something like that. That's incredible.
Yeah, and there's so much of us, all of us that make this show happen. Want the world to be a drastically different place, but when you can divert a very small amount of funds, to change somebody's lives, to pay for that security deposit, $1,000 really spends, significantly for so many people in our society. And
oh my God,
we have the opportunity to redirect a lot of that. The internet has provided a platform to democratize media and sex work and so many other things. But at the same time, we've been able to, get $600 to someone that needs just like $600.
Oh, it's insane.
It's been a big part.
It's so radical.
Yeah. I mean, it's it's not the best solution, but it has provided like a lot of answers to what can we do for this person? How can we make sure they're taken care of?
And it shows our power. Like we know, like all of us collectively know what it's going to take and how to do it. That's like what I hoped at least.
Yeah, all of us know that. I mean, like we're building a world inside this world, and if we can make that world spread, the whole world would be better. It's like people are so paralyzed with trying to take over the government and shit like that. And it's like, why not just build a world?
Yeah. I agree. Well, anyways, I just wanted to celebrate, the small actions of mutual aid groups everywhere. And I'll check to the next caller.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's like most of the problems in my life, most of the problems that Street Fight have come down to money. Like, money is the problem that everybody has in their life for the most part. So alleviating some of those for people, you know, like folks that can create a campaign, you know, people that know people online, that know how to navigate these situations, that have a valid bank account. You know, there's lots of qualifiers on why this isn't the solution, but there has been a lot of effort towards radical causes and mutual aid and straight up money. I mean, it's really money is what makes the world go round. Like that's what it is. More than anything, like they don't need just likes. They just need $25 from me.
Yeah.
I have $25.
Yes,
you know?
that's true. That's true. They just need $25 from a few people.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we've made donations all the time during this year, you know, to people that need it and have goals, and it really just whatever you can afford today is enough.
Yeah.
That's how that's how I feel about everything, is like I can give you X amount of dollars today without feeling bad about it. So if anybody ever asks me for money, I will provide.
Yeah.
Like that's my lesson from the Buddha, is that like if people ask, you give. That's all I can do. If I only have $1 today, I'll give you $1, but sometimes I have $100, and that's what I'll do.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too. It's like if I have something in my pocket, I'll give it to you. You know? Yeah. If I don't, I can't. So
if I spend a couple hours a day scrolling through social media, and if somehow you have a GoFundMe that ends up in my lap out of nowhere, someone says they care about it, and I can send $5, that's enough to snowball into $5,000, you know, to get surgeries, to get, you know, new housing situations, to change somebody's life. It's not good. It's not, you know, anything. It's not like the solution to anything, but I do agree that, like, that's what we can do.
Yeah, that's all we can do.
It's working.
Yeah.
For some people. Let's take the last call.
Let's do that.
I feel like I'm blathering. Thanks for calling Street Fight. Who are we talking to tonight?
Hello?
Yeah, this is you. What's up?
Oh, hey, man. I'm Larry. I'm calling from Texas.
What's up, Larry? How's it going?
It's going good. Hey, man, I saw you playing with your blade earlier. I'm into blades myself. But what I was wondering is, what's your stance on, like, gun control, or just like owning weapons in general?
Well, I like guns. I mean, I don't have a gun. I don't have, like, I'm not for gun control at all. I don't have a gun. I don't think the state should be the only people that have the guns. And that's sort of where I'm at.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I mean, I love all kinds of firearms ever since I was like a kid, you know, but even like a lot of my family members don't feel like even like large arms, you know, like ARs or, you know, any kind of thing that can really cause a lot of damage, it should be owned by like citizens, which is kind of retarded.
Well, yeah, not the term I would use, but I also think that like I'm for people having weapons. I think that when you start getting into that kind of breakdown of what ones are okay and what ones are not, that's usually the government are making that decision, and they don't want you to be able to take them down, which means, like, I don't think they should be able to have a say. Like, they're not the ones, I don't think that they should have a say about it, because we should be able to just take them over with our guns. In a way.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no other options, but, you know, I don't know.
I mean, I just use them, I have them just for, like, you know, personal defense, you know, keeping the house okay. Even though I've never had to use it against somebody, it's always a good thing to have sort of a deterrent.
It's comforting for you.
I mean, usually it's just target practice. Mostly.
Yeah.
But,
I feel that.
It's better to have one and not need it than to need one and not have one, is what I've always said to everybody, but
I agree.
That doesn't really resonate very well.
I mean, I don't. I mean, our show is very open to people having firearms. Like, I am bad with money and spend it on other things. I'm kind of waiting for my dad to die because he's gonna give me like I'll inherit a whole bunch of guns basically from him. But like earlier today, my daughter got some Nerf guns for Christmas, and I was like just shooting at the like door. And I said to my wife, was like, I'm imagining an intruder right now, and I'm just like blowing their fucking body to bits. Like, that's what I'm doing with these. Like, I'm just pretending that I'm diving over the sofa and like protecting you and all of that. I mentioned it on the show earlier. I don't know if you heard it or not, but my wife wanted to get a gun because she felt, I think after the several years of Donald Trump, she felt like, and she understood and accepted that because our stance on politics, that the government would try to kill us. Like the type of politics, the anti-government politics, it seems like they were coming after Antifa. They were coming after people like that. And she wanted to be able to take out some fucking random agent. She literally said, like, I want to be able to take one of them with me if they come for us. And that was like it was hard for me to listen to her say that, but I totally understood what she was saying. It was absolutely how I feel about it as well. I don't idolize or fetishize some sort of bloody revolution. I don't want it to get there. I think it's probably necessary. I don't think there's any other option. Reformism is not going to happen in any sort of significant way. It's going to have to be the ugly stuff that we can't say. But at least I consider a firearm a tool in the same way that I have like an impact wrench, in the same way that I have like a pedal wrench for bikes, and I have a bicycle pump. Like, it's something they should have in your house to take care of problems that you need to do. The problems that arise.
Don't hammer nails with it, though.
No.
That's not the right thing to do. But yeah, we're not big gun control guys. We're not big anything control guys, to tell you the truth.
That's good.
All right. Well, you have a good night.
I'm sorry?
Oh, I said have a good night.
Oh, yeah. Have a good one.
Thanks for calling.
Nigger.
Oh, what?
What'd he say?
He did racist stuff at the end.
Of course. Oh, now we have to edit. We let that guy talk.
Oh, he wanted us to say that we were afraid of guns or something?
Yeah,
I want a piece of garbage, man.
That probably bummed him out a little bit.
No one's afraid of guns over here. We're not like, no one's. He
wanted a fight, is what he wanted, and then he didn't get a fight, and then he.
What a loser, man.
He waited on.
We have so much. Like, we agreed on stuff. You didn't have to do that. Like, why? You got along. Why did you have to make it contentious?
Fuck it.
What a piece of shit. Yeah.
Now Jake has to do editing. That's too bad for him, actually.
Yeah, well, that's where it goes with assholes on the internet. Thanks for listening to Street Fight. We will see you on Wednesday night. No, we'll see you on Tuesday night when we're doing the Shock Jock call-in show.
Oh, like a little Shock Jock joke here. See you Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.
Cut, but
all right. Peace. Holy shit, dude. I'm a garbage person.
I felt like I was going to throw up for like the last 45 minutes.